Divayo, Uraingita, Divayo, Abadi, Oyandamabaya, Divayo, Uraingita, Divayo, Abadi, Oyandamabaya,
EpaHoaDaben.
Abladi abi gadam bi fe mi na nya ko hwane ne nya fe nya kwa ai galamse sane ni awi okejo ngano gbefe ni efi o wa ke ehyembie nya kwa okuja ai kan do blow ji ni ndumo densuwe ai kan do blow ji ni ndumo nya kwa okuja ene ya weja da memi lojino na aba pompi na aba wo mi aba aketofan kan ni bi ba wo mi alon kan ni bi ba wo mi dani wo ba nu won panye fai ai kan do blow ne ne nu e bo ne fite keje wen egbeton no ne ba che lojino ne be ba che bi ene gadangbe bi fe ene je audio ko ni ti acholete afi keje eko ni afi edit ni shimide enche ni mi sha ya ai kan do blow okuja nane okuja densuwe okuja none okuja ji ni insha info video ne keje one mi kwanye fai ne na wo man onupa ekomene wo youth ofa ne yemo fio ne amenu gadangbe bi fe nkwebu
gadangbe
youth chairman ne
galanse na yu ohe na me kwa akesi galanse je ka to le te aga je ga ta sa ko shike hi ju oba kuma tu na me galanse for everybody so ene ya so mi ta we aka akufa do IGP be na no ni ya no ne be ya mo amena de tu e ko de tu ni ya so mi ne akra no de ai ka do ka no na we be mi IGP e ba ai ka do ne ba kwa de tu e ya mi lo e be ni ka yenu ke to e ne pa me mo ji bi ba de tu ke to sha da gba no ya ka so e ba na
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Baby, when you say first na ye binumu ye shut down pe politics. Ye say politics for no manyo made ntomunye. Ba na mumu ebinumu so nti enyina ye ni agi say ye bebo ama oman na akoso. Na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ama oman na lawyer for enyina pon akofia akoda. Nyamishra.
EpaHoaDaben.
Say it again.
EpaHoaDaben. Now together, EpaHoaDaben.
Awesome.
EpaHoaDaben.
Say it again.
EpaHoaDaben. Now together, EpaHoaDaben.
Awesome.
Yesterday, see from the 15th of September. Yes, 15th to 18th September. Ni nipa 1,997. And the Kasawa Ahmatrofoso. We in from the 19th to 23rd September. About face to face, and you confirm, and then nipa 7,500. Ne Kasawa 83 constituencies in all the 16 regions of Ghana. The Kaninia Boma, the sample size is 9,497. The time for the interview was 15 to 28 September, and you published on the 29th September. The confidence level is 99%, and the margin of error is plus or minus 1.3. Now, Enumuna Ghana for Nipa 9,497. And say ye call MPP presidential race na yami aduma January 31st. And ye beko no an. Almost obi ese Otufrankama MPP yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia onya abatuo no 3,889 which is 57.4. Yewura Kennedy Ohene Japan akompreko enya 1,982 which is 29.3. Yewura Dr. Yaw Osed Chum enya 366 which is 6.0. Dr. Brian Echampon enya 312 which is 5%. Engineer Kwabena Japan enya 255 which is 3%. And we are Ghanaians in general. If free hono, if there is a runoff between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Honorable Kennedy Japan, that is for only the two. And Kana Kanini every one. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was scoring 62%, Honorable Kennedy Japan 38%. Yamana Suha, and ye would say, Sabia, MPP for no, ye wo, a sea hinitua henison and our report to Kayano. Omona, Ombedi Yakotuaba, na mayen so Timemfui, Equine, Yakoto, Abawo Nipa, Moto Abaman and so. She, Ohono Yakohe, the Ayakosuho. Ohono, the Yakuni said, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, already came with 47%. And Kennedy Ohene Japan, Atosumienu with 17%. Dr. Bane Champon, 3%. Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, 1%. Kwabena Japan, 1%. Out of the Nipani and Omokasa, and 4% say Omono, Omonim Nipo Mbetuamanoba, Omokanchaye. And 27% say Omunsi Oma Dreampi. Omo train, no Bakumi Nubi, and San Omotinesi Oma Dreampi, a chain Nipo Mbetuabamano. Any delegates, no? Mr. Delegate in Ekotuaba, Ayo BAP, Ama Yansu Akotun Swa baby. Their Omoche say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the rightful candidate for the New Patriotic Party. Here we are say the two major parties are Ghana, MPP and NDC. Now, NDC for ember out boldly, Emeka say, as soon as you are not Bentin and Oko. In the Yadane question, Nika Krabisa and say, your fan of NDC Mua, and penny for Moody Party Nanino. Why na Ujidi say Otu Abamana, Bema NDC partner Akoye. And Umuna Edimbubona by any chair say, Dr. Haruna Idrisu, sorry, 30%. Asia Dunkatia, 24%. Atu Forsen, 18%. Julius Debra, 10%. Okujatwa Blokwa, 8%. Eriko Poku, Prof. Joshua Alabi, Kofi Amabua, Kwame Ewada Kun Omunenya 2%. Sio Gabra, 1%. Okovanda Poi, 0. And also Chair says, Yaba NDC ma, Ekukudam and Naya, Omudi Party Nanim, our motion say, Omet to Franka Ama Party no. Say back critical, Haruna Drusi, a Siadun Katia, Ato Forsen and Julius Debra. And no compare yem my echo say, okay, Sana Badia, Yanko compare Hodin face to face. Yemfa, a Siadun Katia Martin, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Canada, Japan, Yankan, and Hodin. Wana sɛ nipa nan na ɔmo di NDC n'anim no yɛkɔ ɔko n'anim no deɛ ɛkɔsi ne sɛ ɛko no bɛgyina ɛsiedu nkɛteɛ ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ntɛmu a ɛsiedu nkɛteɛ tumi make 50%. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enya 45%, with 5% saying say they will vote for someone else. Yɛhwɛ Julius Debra ahoɔden a Julius ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Julius nya 46, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nya 50%. I'm not sure said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who then was roaching Julius Debra. Yaba Yura to force in Temua. Dr. Ketiela to force in 53. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 44. Dr. Bakwatam, Dr. Bakwaboho. Yaba Idrusu Haruna Onya 55. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 42. Ohoneso Idrusu who then was roaching Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And your boss, young for Kennedy, so Tosumienu, young Fanama compare here on so with the various top candidates in the National Democratic Congress. I see I don't get here to me making 51%. Honorable Canada Japan 44%. Just I see I don't get here, and what they was so. Julius Debra in 46. Kennedy or Japan 49. Still Kennedy has beaten Julius Debra as a candidate. Dr. Atofos in 54. Kennedy Ohine Japan 42. Dr. Forson Ebiti Kennedy Japan. Haruna Idrisu 55. Kennedy Ohine Japan 41. Haruna Idrisu Ebiti Dr. Kennedy Ohine Japan. And to many area breed, the Ghana for catcher and say MPP NDCO Sabia a quine dema. And Nipo mo fair nim say obetnya betu franca ama partino and ediatujan.
There is a portion of a year and I'm very interested in that because Matana radio so aka say media kamen kodia enka won be di animu no unya di mfie aduosia home nanka emabunu no ensom na womo entoa eye amamu ni so mubusa won mo a moje nsam efiri won ho no se so akwanya bapa senkom pepe se obabunu bi ebetimi adi eye oman nanim emu ohamu ntitemu aduosia 9 64% say ane ekobane say
yehwe age bracket na omo etuaba statistical service by out boldly say 75% of the total population sabia omo etro madwen organa ha na the youth nti eno hye kutupa say yenhwe youth wo na dwen yenhwe bebi omo adwen ko eno na ma ye bi say omo say eba no critical say ye to aba na omo gidi say ebra so say wo say bebunu ebefa akonwa ne tena so na omo gidi say yenko no say bia de yenko ndada na and 64% of the total population ye the presidency na ya hwe dia sebe mebu no so adwen wo mutrim ne ade on person de to simple so enti me ye no kre 64% of the total population ye sample ye bebu no bedi o minus so a ebe ye omode.
The biggest question will be woma ye krado so mbetimi ato abade ama babu no se babu no mramenti ye o minus
ohwe trend no mo kona ohwe ndisi ma they are going for Kesle Atuforsen Okujata Blokwa Julius Debra. I think Honorable Haruna Idrisu is not also that grown. It is leading to the youthful age as said. Oba MPP, although Kennedy near Fikakra, Dr. Mahmoud Babe near Fikakra, but not as to the age, Sabe, Ebimu EDD president near there. So they are really ready. Our Mayo Madrin said they are directing their path to a youthful age member to take up the presidency in Ghana.
Let's do a bit of cross tabulation. Can you say, sir, that particular statistic in one way or the other can explain the permutations yeah. The dia boy ura Haruna Idrisu ura Kasela to forcing. You realize that as pitched against Penyufua Bia omu manim kakra no omu ahoden no na ewosoro etene Penyufua said they now can omu manim kakra. Can that explain that dynamics?
Yes, I would say yes, because if you look at the age bracket I interview here, the majority or chunk of the age bracket, about 76% are within the youthful age from 18 to 45 years, which tells you, say, that might be the reason why they are going in for a youthful person as compared to the Pune Adeba outer. Over data now, it is always hindering around the youth in both the MPP and the NDC political sphere. And the majority say age bracket Neso County, and that is per the statistical service. The youthful age in our system increases to that level of 75%. So it tells you the future of 2028 election, how the youth will engage themselves into it, and that has moved the trend of Ghanaian politics from Sabe media to the system of we have to look at certain things before we vote, because religion and tribalism has been a thing of the past in politics now. If you follow that trend, it will never go well for you.
5 of the largest gold producers in the world are here in Ghana. But this is the story. It used to be the large-scale companies were the ones that were producing more gold. Today I can tell you, small-scale mining is the largest gold producers in Ghana. 52% of the gold in Ghana are produced by small-scale mining as opposed to 48% for large-scale companies. Large-scale mining is it's a preserve for all Ghanaians. And the latest data,
EpaHoaDaben.
3 million Ghanaians are engaged legally in this activity in almost 10 regions in the country today. Small-scale mining, as you know, started with rudimentary tools, chisels, hammers, but that's not the same today. It has really moved to this period where we are now evolving to a new, complicated, sophisticated use of excavators to strip the land. And the data is clear. In 2024, the importation of excavators was the largest item of value that was brought into Ghana, 6.5 billion Ghana cedi. This is the first report, and you can imagine when you walk into an office and the first briefing you are getting, this is what you are told. Minister, welcome. But we are very sad to tell you that 44 of the 288 forest reserves that have been kept for years have been completely destroyed, almost 16%. Minister, it doesn't stop there. 9 of those forest reserves we've lost it to armed thugs. And if you see the classification of the Forestry Commission, they've classified those 9 zones as red zones. That is, Forestry Commission guards cannot enter. The Ghana Army had not been able to enter. In fact, between 2023 and 2024, the Ghana Army was directed not to enter any forest reserve. And so it was free for all that period. What were the consequences? 5,500 hectares for our pristine forest reserve had been completely destroyed. You saw some of the pictures. If you want to imagine it,
EpaHoaDaben 98.9.
Think about the implication of restoring this and how much billions you need to restore it. And these are the impacted areas. In Ashanti, Bekwai, Nkawie, Mankraso, Western Takwa, Dabuasi. So these 3 regions really are the main areas that has been impacted. I've already talked about the classification. If you had done it in color form, you have seen that the top one is no go. The second one, which is like gold, is an area that is close to the first one. 18 is medium, you can manage. So they go in, they clear them out, they come back. And then the 5th one is the green zone, where basically we can control. This is what we came to meet. This is the deepest we were sunk. And so I've talked about the red zone. And these were the 9 no-go areas. Jemra, Afao Hills, Tano Anua, Offin Shelter Belt, Anua East. Just 2 weeks ago, if you saw that the National Anti-Illegal Mining had gone back to the shelter belt, it meant that the same talks are trying to take it back from us. We were immediate, we were swift, we were brutal. This is the extent of focus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Apamprama Forest Reserve in the Ashanti region. What you are looking at is not a city. It's an area view of our forest region, how damaged it is. Let's move from the forest to the water bodies. It even gets worse. We have 3 water systems in Ghana: the Volta, Southwestern, and the coastal basins. The Southwestern is the most impacted, especially rivers like Ankoma.
EpaHoaDaben 98.9.
And it gets worse. Constant importation of champagne machines, digging deep and polluting the water with dangerous chemicals has been the story. And the implications were serious. The turbidity levels that were supposed to be 0 to 500 had moved from 5,000 to 12,000. Impossible for water companies to treat water. And so if you hear the stories of Ghana Water Company shutting down, it started in Takwa. And so when you are in Winneba, you think Takwa was too far. Well, you got into Takwa, he's got into the eastern region, and he's probably coming to you. The impact didn't stop there. The incidence of renal diseases, bird defects, impact on agriculture and food production and our cocoa production. It's all well known. And I think these are the impact, and it's very, very clear. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, law enforcement was weak. Slow investigation. This data should tell you that in 2024, 2023, total arrests, 35 prosecution. Should give you a picture, 4%. I think that we'll talk deeply about identifying the root causes. Why are we here? How did we get here? It was obvious that most so with the regulators, the Minerals Commission and the EPA. I must be the first to say it. It was very clear how we issue licenses was even discouraging people in mining areas and poor people from going through this queue. It was pointless. Unemployment, poverty, and limited access to opportunity were clear factors as well. It got worse. Corruption among political officials and law enforcement agencies who were supposed to lead the effort were all complicit, clearly. And then it was not even helped by the price of gold that kept going up. So it became clear that if I'm a teacher and I can easily make some bucks illegally, enforcement is not there. All I have to do is do it and then just pay some bribe. So it was free for all. This is when we came in. January 2027. You even remember the short period of time, how many licenses were rushed and given out. It was not even enough. This is the directive of President Mahama. You are going to do everything possible to bring this problem under control. So we began the 5 pillars, 5-pronged approach to talk about where we are, the crisis we face. We began with stakeholder education and engagement, because ultimately this fight will not be won by guns. It will be won by the heart and soul of every Ghanaian. We began collaboration and education and engagement with the powerful, the connected, the most powerful people. We started with Parliament. We went to Chiefs, House of Chiefs. We've been everywhere, educating them to use their voices and their positions to help in addressing the crisis we face. Key stakeholders engagement across the country. A long list of everybody that matters in Ghana has been engaged within this short period of time.
Happy FM 98.9
is what I talked about. We must completely, overhaul our regulatory regime. And we began by revoking those licenses that were given within that transitional period. And then embark on an aggressive process to review the large scale, small scale. We just finished earlier the small scale mining review. You will be shocked. Processes that should be followed were not followed. It was obvious that you have to be politically connected to get a license. It was very, very clear that if you do not have a political godfather, it will take you years to get a license. It was clear that the MCAS system that should allow everybody in the comfort of his room to see what is going on in the Minerals Commission was not happening. We initially came out with 907 licenses that had problems. But we didn't want to simply revoke the licenses. We gave opportunity to the small-scale miners to come in and show what they have. We've done the complete due diligence, and let me thank the chairman of the review, my able deputy minister, for this effort. I can tell you that the review is almost closed. At least, I'm sure, by next week when we announce it, at least 250 licenses will be revoked. I'm very sure about that one. It is very clear that we need to also review and amend the main Mining Act, Act 703. A lot of provisions there must be tweaked and strengthened. Why is it that those in Accra can just decide, because you are my friend, just get a license? You don't even know Elembele. You can just walk in there, wave your licenses at the chiefs and the local people and tell them that I am coming to take the gold underground, your cocoa, and you have no power. This
Happy FM 98.9.
Creating, empowering our chiefs and communities in the district areas where the gold is. We are going to form district mining committees to make sure that the recommendation for licenses will first and foremost come from the district, the owners of the resource. We are also going to create avenues for not only medium scale, but small scale, but medium scale. What has happened? Small scale mining is 25 acres. So I go through all this hustle and I get 25 acres. When I finish mining it, I have to go through this lengthy, crazy program. Now I won't go to Accra again. All I have to do is just continue the illegality. How do we create the opportunity for those who have done the right thing to be given medium scale and large scale? As the president has announced, we have been, as Ghanaians, at the back of the bus. We've been in the middle in the mining industry for over 100 years. We think that Ghanaians have reached the point where they can have the commanding heights of the mining sector, as Nkrumah will describe. And when you see the president making the case that when we give you a 30-year mining lease, it is not automatic that it's going to just be given. And that we are going to now move in that direction to empower Ghanaians. This is what the president meant. And so we are doing a lot. I'm very happy to tell you that within this 9 months, we've visited every region, we've met every House of Chiefs, we've met the National House of Chiefs. We are almost 90% complete with the reform of the law and the policy, and I believe next year all these amendments will be in place. This is how much we have been working. On regulations, as I have described, we have audited, and I think I've made all these points already. The other important aspect of this fight is, as we are doing the regulations, we need to strengthen enforcement. 98.9. It was very clear that it was free for all. Everybody was digging everywhere that there was no tomorrow. And so those recalcitrant people must be dealt with. And so at this point, where it became a free-for-all, everybody was forming a task force. Thanks to the coordination and cooperation of the Minister of Interior and the Defense, and I'll talk a bit about it when we get to some point. We have jointly have a coordinated force and establish what we call the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation. At this point, when it comes to the law enforcement, I'll invite Colonel Dominic Boa, no relation, to come to come and can I come this way, please?
It's a team of dedicated men and women.
It's very important.
Who form NIMOS. And he will take us through the structure of NIMOS, who is part of it, who is not part of it, what they have done in the period that they have been in existence, and where they seek to go with the fight against Galamsey based on their experiences in the fight. So, Kanabua, the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, NIMOS is basically, as the Honorable Minister said, a coordinating tool, a coordinating center established by your government to ensure that there is a unified approach to the fight against illegal mining. And therefore, NIMOS is leading the charge to effect the arrest and send them for prosecution. We also ensure that environmental laws are strictly adhered to at NIMOS. Of course, the local authorities, especially the chiefs, are part of this fight. 98.9. They collaborate very well with them and all state institutions. So NIMOS, in brief, is a coordinated approach, well integrated with all institutions and organizations and individuals who are involved in the fight, so that we have a unified approach to the fight against illegal mining. Who is in NIMOS? as I said, it is an all-encompassing and integrated approach. So we have the base of our security, the National Security Secretariat, who are leading the charge with NIMOS. Of course, the parent ministry is the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, as their brainchild, from the wisdom of His Excellency the President. And we sit at the Secretariat. Now, the order of NIMOS is that His Excellency is the overall head of NIMOS, and then the sector minister leads the charge. And he is advised by a team of ministers to call the Ministerial Advisory Group on NIMOS. And this comprises the sector minister, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Ministers of Interior, the National Security Coordinator, the Minister for Defense, the Attorney General, all others, the local government minister, and all other people involved in the fight against illegal mining. They advise the sector minister on the direction to go with the fight. And then there is a secretariat which has been procured, and NIMOS sits at secretariat headquarters, has myself as the director of operations. I take instructions from the sector minister and the ministerial advisory group. And I have 3 deputies who assist with the running. A very important leg of the NIMOS is that we have field task forces, which is an integrated and unified one.
EpaHoaDaben 98.9.
Various institutions doing it on their own. Now we manage to bring everybody on board, the institutions and the security services that matter. And I must say that, as I earlier said, we have the National Security Secretariat, then we have the Ghana Armed Forces made up of the Army, Navy, and Air Force, the Ghana Police Service. We noticed that earlier the police were doing so well by the independent operator, IGP Special Task Force. They've all been integrated into the NIMOS, and we are working together. You can see I have Superintendent Keita here, who is our police assistant director at the headquarters. Then also we have the National Investigations Bureau. We have the Ghana Immigration Service, because of the foreigners in the space who are not legally authorized to do mining in that small-scale sector. And then we have Narcotics Control Commission. There's a lot of drug issues when you get to the Galamsey site. Of course, we have the chiefs. We have a lot of local informants, because it is a collective effort. The small-scale miners are involved. They have an association who give us a lot of insight into what is happening on the ground. And together, we forge ahead in the fight in this unified manner. I must say that we have the Blue Water Guards, who are doing marvelously well. They are more or less like the eyes and ears along the riverine communities. So what happens is that they are deployed, about 1,000 of them, almost 1,000 of them are deployed, and they give us a lot of information on the operations to conduct. Then also, we have the local chiefs who also assist us with information. I know what I'm doing.
Happy FM 98.9.
So what is NIMOS doing? What is NIMOS doing differently? We know that there have been several efforts which are all meant to do good. However, the NIMOS is going to operate differently, because we are combining both kinetic and non-kinetic effects. When I say kinetic refers to the brute force, the use of the military and the police in the trenches, in the water bodies, in the forest reserve, which the soldiers and the police are good at doing, clearing the illegal miners from the space. This is enforced with technology, the use of drones and surveillance. Aside that, the addition we are bringing on board is the non-kinetic one, which is the soft approach. So, for instance, we are leveraging on the knowledge of the chiefs, because they are the owners of the communities, and they know. So aside what government is doing, we are also, as NIMOS, engaging the chiefs. We go to the communities and sensitize them on the harmful effects of the illegal mining, and the fact that they know these illegal miners. They should give us information when they come on the ground to perform the illegal mining activities. We also work with the security on the ground. So NIMOS doesn't work alone. We have the already existing military units, police stations, the national security infrastructure, whom we work with, so that the fight will be a more unified one. Of course, I mentioned technology, which plays a key role in the fight against illegal mining. Now, tracing to the big fish, we take very important. Many a times we go to the site, you see these young boys who are desperate for a little bit of money to take care of themselves. We say that we should dig and look inside the veil, behind the veil, who are those there? And that is where the Honorable Attorney General is helping us.
Happy FM 98.9.
Investigate and question and find out who are the real people behind the financiers, because they are the ones that can lead to dipping the Galamsey menace in the bad. So we are also working at tracing the financiers and the influential people behind the Galamsey. Now, what are the achievements of NIMOS so far? Since May, we've been working in close collaboration with the police service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and all the other agencies which have been operating task forces. Luckily, we have been able to unify them. But I must say that, as His Excellency said in about 3 weeks back, about the 2 outstanding forest reserves, about a week and a half ago, we were able to take those forest reserve, that is the Achumamponia Forest Reserve, which was very decisive, a 4 or 5 days operation. We did that concurrently with the Desiree Forest, so the 2 are now free of illegal miners. Finally, we handed them over, and then 2 days after, some people decided to go back. With the ground intelligence, we quickly went in massively, and we subdued those armed gangs. And currently, they are in their cells, and Honorable Attorney General is leading in their prosecution. That is what NIMOS is going to do going forward. About 450 excavators have been seized at various police stations and barracks locations, and the necessary registration and tagging is ongoing. Currently, as I speak this morning, one of my deputies and a team from the various organizations, Forestry Commission, Minerals Commission, are off to Kumasi to register all those ones we have in safe custody. They will go around the whole country, all the lodgement areas, and make sure that the state gets a full hand on all these seized excavators and take the necessary decision. So that they don't
Happy FM 98.9.
We have over 1,400 people arrested, and at various levels of investigation and prosecution. The Honorable Attorney General, I'm sure, will speak to these ones. Over 500 chamfans. In fact, 500 is an understatement. They have all been destroyed. And I've told my troops that they should be brutal when they get to water bodies and there are chamfans inside. We will not bring chamfans out because it is at a cost to the state, and they may not even be serviceable. So the best thing is to damage, destroy, and burn them completely in the water bodies, and then later we'll go and clear the debris so that the chemicals and the corrosion can go off the water. So that is what we are doing, and it's a bold step. We will not stop doing that. We'll continue to burn them in the water. The forest reserve, whatever equipment we cannot use, we will damage them, including excavators. We'll scatter them into pieces in situ. Over 1,000 pumping machines. I must say that about 900 have already been presented by the Honorable Minister for Lands and then Agriculture to farmers who are putting them to good use. As I speak, I have about 150 still in the NIMO stores ready to be presented to the farmers so that they can be put to better use than destroying our environment. Then also, there are a lot of weaponry in the Galamsey site. There are some of them we've seized. We are processing them. We'll be handed over to the Ministry of Interior and the National Security Secretariat so that the necessary disposal actions can be carried out. I must say that there are some vehicles that were seized from illegal mining sites. They are no longer for the owners. The Honorable Attorney General has told us that he's going to help us to seize them. We will seize them as soldiers. But the Honorable Attorney General
Happy
will help
FM
us
98.9.
legally. Once we get them legally, we'll continue to use them for our operations because we need these resources to carry out the operation. It's a better use than using them for illegal mining. So going forward, I must say that what should Ghanaians expect? There's a lot more. The NIMOS is going to deploy fully, firmly, as the minister has been highlighting, across the length and breadth of the country. In fact, we've zoned the whole country into 7 illegal mining zones or regions, and further sectorize them into 21. And we're going to deploy troops enough at every center. They will be there 24/7. The illegal miners think they can operate in the night. No. We will picket every location and make sure that life is made unbearable for them going forward. And we'll be ruthless with them because they are environmental terrorists, as Dr. Kenashibe used to say. They are terrorists and must be treated as such. We have only one Ghana. We need to do everything possible to protect it. The 21 zones we have been given focus by His Excellency the President. Every water body within those zones, every forest reserve, the roads and railways which are being dug, and then foreigners who have come to destroy our environment, we will focus on those areas and make sure that those who are mine legally have the access to the legal areas to mine sustainably. Very soon, NIMOS will have a 24-hour toll-free line. And these lines have been procured. We are just renovating the secretariat, and all citizens will have the right to call in. If you see any illegal mining going on anywhere, say something, do something. We will create the opportunity for you to say it so that we can analyze 24/7 and send the troops who are on the ground, who are well integrated with the secretariat headquarters, to deal with the illegal mining activities on the ground. Of course, we are leveraging on the technology. There are a lot of drones. We're collaborating with the National Signal Bureau to get the drones and the right technology so that once we deal with a place, we are able to see or follow through with the surveillance of the place and don't get the return of these illegal miners. So, His Excellency, Mr. President, with your permission, I would like to send this warning to illegal miners, their assigns and financiers, that they are the first or prime enemies of the state, and they will be dealt with as such. There will be no room for them to escape or to hide. NIMOS will smoke them out very soon. There's no resting place for them. They should get ready and be assured that very soon our waters will turn blue and our forests will turn green. We have already trained over 400 troops who are the first batch deployed or under deployment to sensitive areas. We'll continue to deploy more so that we will all go to bed knowing that NIMOS is firmly on the ground and illegal mining will be a thing of the past. So all illegal miners, galamseyers, their financiers and assigns, beware.
The immediate question that arises is what is being done to these illegal miners and their principals to help us navigate that.
Entinsiamu akoso civil society organizations ahodo mo man mu kokohia mu ewo fikasie mu ne mampanyini edi nkomo edefa illegal small scale mining no ho no eho emfiafia ho senkan ne bie ene ebo ede kire mo live on Happy 98.9 FM ensema ahodo no a ena empanyimfo a yedi tumi ahye mo nsase wo monko entia illegal small scale mining. We had the Lands and Natural Resources Minister, we had a panyini no yedi na si ho so ono na naimos wo onni wo manimu no edwumadi o mu die nhye mo die gu akwan mu sanso ene enya civil society organizations panyimfo bia wo mo de beye mfie ngotwenie wo mate agina eko ediatia illegal small scale mining so wo mo kasa e odwumadi na se won so adwenkyere wo ho ene de he ene no ma adwene se me nkasa bebre na yamo wa ha mo akwaba emfamre pa ho ada benjumadi ne so ene awie ye frame nyankompasa chie de hye aduana brade de hye chenche hene na Kwadwo Sefah-Danquanh enti efiada ene efiada ide ene memejam na mo makasa mo ho se wo frɛ na wabadwumadi ne so a na wo bu kompo akohwe wunchi na watwi emu nyina ensema hodo baako miensa ede wakoma so apese yedi hu nkomo no omodi afabra ni hu nkomo 0551563916 0555657278 two numbers in abefre na odi abadwumadi ni so ensem miensa na otwi mu nyina ekoso a opese yedi hu nkomo no fabra na yeni ehu enkomo live on Happy 98.9 FM yanko yemo ha udi ni ba bia frefie
Sifa
yes sir Oba the other Roma na onso
nyame de wa na from the account no mampani di amba ya boa me
okay
di January na eme ya up to 9 May and so we was am kwa sorbe ni shira no wona wadi kan nyaw nso didi a wo ma unia no kore asa me kasa Africa so ba bia former MP ni tutu en container ni to ban bom ni geti na mi gina yi no krasa o ma mi bi ni ya ma me chia ju ashamai Yankupon kan wate na yensempeni form kan ma de jibe wona bo akuka na mi am chama so so jaru community share na mishran opani as musumi anase na wochi mu omampani atukuku akatuam eya basobode kese a wosie de ma omampani se wadwene akuafo ho no wati ato omkoko buom eyade a eye adia eye papa ese bona baso tu unu se kuafo na company ko didi excavators ni won ko ba pumping machine se ka ho ye de se kuafo we tro so company dri na fo no wa bada ye fertilizer ye de tell free no pe we na ye peden openi galamse won se ma no wa ni peni ni peni fo hia and no ti sem afuma ba na e tro so ma peni e tu anamo papa odi be dey odi be tu galamse afi ni ya ti ya so ni ya pa ya ko ban wo nya ne dan to na saram ti se o ma peni dia obedi fie nwotwe no to na saram wan ti anyi bi amfa ho no o nya ne sa o to na mo papa so obeti ni dia na si e be support no ni da na chi no wati mi ama ni deliver na o pe so deliver o my Ghana e wan se to o my Ghana si so o my Ghana na MPP for sale no ye be ta na chi no wati mi aya de pa when ye pa dem mo mi wie no gender minister ye be friend say person with disability fund ye di dem ye friend ye mu akakra e ya na bind my no omomode so ni NC ni DCs no e be kasa na ye kafa e wo mu no ombetimi ama ye bi ye dia ye adwuma ye ja kwa ho ade frɛ no ye timi anya ba bi papa tena aye adwuma dia ya fitinam weni ade a mesra free gender minister ho obi to aso
no no ase no krasa yenko ha me mo ha odini ba bia frɛ fio bibia boko na mpacho onzo
bibia boko ni bia ni akwani eyi the family is Sakura
mouthpiece of Ablikuma Central mpacho mientio
amin South Sudan cha Ablikuma Central MP any ye MC honorable Frank Nkansa ni tiano wa nipa
miami nipa miami nipa pa
afa nkasa ma
mate
Mr. Honorable Dilozibra ni Aladia Okode. Honorable Teketai ni Chiani. About the land, the Pahoemu no custodians of the land.
Ahemfo.
yɛsrɛ ɔmo mboa aban no nfa wonim sɛ biribi a mimi wɔ Ablokuma Center make electoral area zongo obiara ntumi bɛyɛ biribi wɔ hɔ without concerning of the chief.
No correct.
Aban project kura bɛɛba so a gye sɛ yɛabɛhu mpanyinfoɔ no.
No correct.
Na de nti na ɛbɛdada yɛho yɛkɔ so galamsey kwan mu na ɔmo ma asase no sɛ yɛmfa decide no. Sometimes yɛde blame no ma aban. Yɛde blame no ɛma aban. Aban wɔ asase bi a ɔte sɛ.
So obekaya Debiana Mikase Debiana Mikase baby I am for yani enhwe has got to do with the role of ahemfo ahodo no womo eboa ema illegal small scale mining ekoso no aya na adwene ye se eya amanyofo no nko a but sa amanyoni no kohunu ohene no ohene ne kase da mempene so a entimi maso
eba so da entimi ma ye dada ye hu ebinumu if I to me Casomunina, a binum,
yeah,
yes, to me Casomunina, a binum, because the Dupe so say, young crunch, you bad down, if I find a better method.
Yenipa do one,
yes, we be at the friend, Edima, I can police a binum. A fascinating, or would be mana, you see. There is Jan says, you can't cry and find developing that for them more. Ube koko no nyane edu kro mu esi nipa ba fo ana nipa menu ana mensa bi sika no omo ho na ekọ esi aban ipa no si
Zagora I want to say 0551563916 0555657278 numbers you bet me for a good afternoon we didn't be afraid of you
Champion Sefah
we the only illiterate in the NDC Yahuza Bakupe the boo
Sefah. Oh yes, sir. Obama made him tea the podrium. Fans no a dose dodo. Unu yare no a drop papa. In your fancy, maybe. Men that down. In an wabon soon this year Bakope. Yamishra and we do you happy FM. Yamishram no more Juma Pa Moody, Jumanana Moyano. And Sefah, Chichina Kamanu Potter and Wedie. You can say no woody and a yebo, Joa Shama, Yamishra no, Sebi near a bin went and yellow, and Kasa Okui and Yanaku, Nemo, what tin went you 4 years, 8 years a year, day, or no Boacoles Nisika, National Region, or Puera Bibia, and Odinisika, Ebua, Yamisha, Mimi Yawaza, Minishi, Yamaka and Yamishra. Why, Yamishra no pa, meet your baby. The friend John Dramani Mahama, me fear say, Efi America or Sefa. Me also Omonitani Kakra. When they were ordering some a pim abrofono or Kasam Bemamu. How many people say, hey, now Ghana President John Dramani Mahama, wait your Okili Kasa and Ibrimusano. Wakacha abrofuze mwebu yankwasi ache eno kasana Donald Trump etono owusuriti no jeni tipane ni so oso jomama chiame wakasa papa mi bu fu Ghana fo saka visa de visa mi mamu bi mama mo 3 months pe o kasentino jomama mi mamu 5 years visa se fa bon se ma John Dramani Mahama number 2 se fa teniyo yende some okay asem den de kwa fu na kwa what mama yenye udeni uyebue na Sefah o sha na mo John Dramani Mahama etu ese ban se be bokese ani fifie mu papa no ebedu mi jeni se bedu 4 years a day ni mu na papa no wetima solve problem galamse na se mu so gu soko na me braye me se ko teje gu fe ni diem mi nim no ba be subsidy John Mahama so no so amfa John Mahama na mambuo se na owote mama na ye dusu no bia keke ebe di NDC ni ma Sefah ya brego awon tasem we papa NDC for more Ghana ina yan peni po bi adama bi John Mahama nu a ye se so du pon tu abrofo na esi na brofo na ewe brofo be ma na eba be si na se ko brofo be ma Sefah me no mi no ebenye bi atiedi e yo ba na ebenye bi atiedi
Iti appointees lusu munsu mumbu asuna jomama eye juma no MPs no ka mutran mu ya da ye mu hotel ka mutran ya dos munsi munfa tetem mu be kwa mu yi mu pobo mu nati mu ye juma dembu ajomama na next election no ye win asa sefa mikawa makabone
onka bone yahuza me no ase na yankwa 0551563916 0555657278 yemo ha odini ba bia free
Yeah, Devil is a liar. Because I feel lower mania.
Devil is a liar. Lower mania. Pacho mienti we.
Before I back to my parody.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, me chiami MP. Honorable Kete Telabi, Deputy Interior Minister. Now, mention my parody. Obama lower mania for any Ghana. Now, me chiami MP. Ate Monte John. Our lower mania. Aha. If I may be sent to be start assembly tekla. Social welfare directors no me be start when they almost.
Social welfare directors, no, some here under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection.
Now, over your lower mania, there's 1 year. Your social welfare director. What of course, here on my human on 6 member 20 and my end disability for I want lower mania, papa. God, who new government obey. Because about one person which is established was because of social welfare director or Majuma or fear or Siwawo or be better now at next year 1 year. Nothing any or the academic energy echo to that classroom extra. Now who you who transfer office a woman can now who soon to me about Mama Juma now is here. Hey, Ghana, the Eduni, yes, John Dramani Mahama. Ye lower mania. What ye ble ever ye disability 1 year on ye blah papa. Now if I be better, can move correspondent be a white 3G because I'm man. Why?
Okay. Yeah, the man, there was a liar from Lower Mania. My man was say, Yankwa, good afternoon. We didn't be a free.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Obadi Adaroma number Jones way.
Baba ya ni kasefra masama.
Baba, bajo mienti Adaroma.
Siasa kula na usi something siano. Ndio obiano siano. Of all your mama is a visionary leader who be there ode inofa. Oh, when you can declare state of emergency. Some no maya who is so much plan be no baby. You can no be so declare. When so after no aba. Okazo declare the say na isande e konko shinko for no so e kunkumo mu a ya nko ya na e be saka. So position say o de so ya for no kotena ho. Na kan dia na jukwa na wuye mo be to nka no mo tintu. No wasama to yan share before the share kunya so no anano boa. And e be tina dia gi no ehun so waye ejuma na say wonye ejuma re. Nti de nya bu traditional leader obeye ejuma no amagana for because papa no utumu say Ghana since the assemblyman I be you no amaga Ghana jimi no abontimu ma onyoye among for to man pressure so onko ya di bia china mbe kan be na ka na mama ba ni kuku ko for ma sabi obe kuku ma for ko di ma kwanso na be ye na ebi le so ko asati a among ko ka se be bi eye kakra be ndi tun ye no ye hwe ni and na so wofa friend St. George criticism de a year pa manipa jana na so then as adina okoye no over kan kure oye no on se first no say so we be 350 no na wunya program sibi mu hwe anameboa football ni ade no that's say who 300 na o ma di ade kan ho ade ma wonya ni na hwe ade na first ni na no mu fan kan ho and say do on ti ba nya ni na bet oba no o ma improvement ni ababu kakra so they can say among for so to an eko Ghana no kure ni enka no kure oye no matter do so na first data no etie no ebenya se be content ko da 1 minute bi dia ebe ka etie kakra enti ni news first no se na etie so anti so bi ya dia Ghana for ya sheda ena ya no pressure bia especially onu eni okudo to ablakwa sami dem fidie ai se bia masa omu aya bibia enye ya na manfo de omo ton tankuru a omu ye bibia be kan wase na ebi so madam ko bi kan bi ya ye pese omu bojuma na so mama kwa ye benye obi a NPP for so obi a economy a woni finance a omu so ana so obi oba accountability be ye juma sanko fe na NPP for so omu sanko for no so na di bibeba obi a ni finance ko nya ko obi a oba stability be ye djuma ye pe gentle for no obi a omo no be omo di be si o no di be si ye no mo tane pepepe no mo so ma be se o ma no ko so o mo nyam point be di
baba mama na wase yenkwa memo ha odi ni ba bia frefi hello good afternoon odi ni ba bia frefi
afternoon me di Ahmed me gasa friko wati
Ahmed ko TV Ahmed ba jemi ntiwe
Ahmed asenya me shirawo me shira Yehuza NDC from telephone nyinara the bull no be jinidi mpacho last that Sunday twem ya me ko warindare haya awindare haya me say you galamsey serious
ko awindare
awindare haya ko
ye tu galamsey wo ho
me na me ka chirawo enya bi wo etinu yem pedipolo ka ya ba kranzio ba on me say ade bi ko awindare haya enya mi wonwa masa because we be honest with me they go hu ye no masa ye pe for sorry nyina nyesa still in so dem say ya ba kranzio ampa na pe o mu ka no be bi no e betu galamsey ahemfo ohim bi nim ho onim nti ahemfo no mbo president no and say government no on stop that dey no nti ye sre mpelifo no ahemfo no nye kakra mbedi o enti be kranzio ampa masa me da se
mama na wase yenkwa ma ha odi ni ba bia review
Ogugba bibi Sefah na itre
oba de adaro manamba Johnzo
anya do me hoye bibi Sefah na ese ne se yana se asan we no maka hwasa maka ka happy se mo pe o man ni
no cre
so bibi Sefah Oshoma ade no ministers no any ahemfo no also man pe ni ti o mani so o mo so omo na fa kese ni na omo efi oma because omo kwa omo so say omo na ahemfo no omo be kasa ahemfo no e kan ho bi na omo ye galamsey no efi say uko okrobi so ukoye bibia so wa ko so ohene a ade ko no to me ye aje so ko so ohene anya sa timemofo no kwa ana mrate na wo kwa no be chego so abro
and say no dey sanity because say oba me krom na wan fa ni di ama me na ase na botaya odi ba me krom ho ama me kan kyerem a me hu say ugina masase bia so abetimi ama eye kroma apamo ana se betimi ama kroma ni wadi
Sefah sanity enchino ama peni on fa ni si for ahemfo na omo wo be bia ye tu galamsey no omo sha se bi pa na omo yeta enye se wan chine ni ansi ahemfo na amma omo woni se mo galamsey ankoso obi akroma ni omo ye nyina ayekwa ahemfo no omo sha se ba you know ye pen fo no so se omo ba ahemfo ne din omo sha se ba ti fitin na koi ayo se omo ti omo ni ta ahemfo no so omo sa sha se ana omo ye galamsey no madam for bi ye bi o che bi wo no mo o ka mi to no fo se ni e ba be ko se ni o se ho e omo nim ni a eminim ni omo gina so ana asamo o ka kire mi ni no ka se ye mi san friend so o jai na ni omo de ban e de wuo na e ba o se ho omo abo amo dada ana mi see you ana Sefah mo ye bi mo so mo ye bi pa oni bi de bia galamsey so we mo ka so ahemfo no na ya so beti na omo share youth na se na omo tu galamsey me just bibi baby o bia me chiano
bibi juso me na wase eye chia won mo wo me woni so nyina man yenkwa ye mo ha odi ni ba bia review
good afternoon original bibi
good afternoon
na pom ke say
oba de adaro mana won so
oh ya da alati ya wa wuni
Alhaji Gado
ya na pom ke say
ye kura mun kakra ka Alhaji Gado me te won ka che
ni wo ya won bi tamati yo Ghana for nyina bo wa baso ma me nchia mi sister me bi sawa kumti na me nchia jombo du so anya na ya mam penini oni so for ni penini for bi asia
on civil society organizations
very good anam galamsey no hunti na omo sia me bo
no correct
na minia o me bisa o wonu mo a yesia omo nyina mpenifo no Sabi obi wa asati wo ho no mu a ba bia etu galante ni mpenyinfo no ansole fo no niema obi wa asati wo ba bia yetu galante no ana omo bi kuo bi wo asati bi wo ho no mu
eni de mintimi nkyere
aha nti yetu sa fresh anko na ahimfo no a omo wasa areas no a yetu galante no yetu sa fresh omo
me Debbie
eh
Debbie yenton sam from
asempele na madam potential chetia babia ye bi ewu am penifo mu wo ho no che nyeche ye di Ghana fo agina di agro a babia mu di enya minu kasa se for past 3 months ye nya show ni ye wa hu chiremu pa won show na sesiano na yantim kresa hinfofo no embe ka ho mayen ka asem no nyambo pre binimu a mo ni asati wo ho bi akra obi kra wo ti se ya tu galante wo kro abe wo nim kro mo no na sesiano asem na obeka ama na to asuma ama dia ya kan dia ya no ama omo manaye pepepe ama
alajigadu so odo waso di nkomo na course wo na kire a obeti se asrafo ya yiwom so omo no nkokun entia illegal small scale mining no ote se omo dwumdwumedie a omo di ahodu no nyina no womo edi ho akuntabuo edi tudwama Ghana fo nyina etibi sanso ena mpanyimfo etonsa afro mu womo so ma dwenkyere a omo wo e wo kwan betimi afaso akontia eye illegal small scale mining no womo mo de manu disem etudwa Lands and Natural Resources Minister eye Owura Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa wono so edina no disem etudwa ne nhyehyɛ ya one aban no ayo se ebetimi aboa na yakon etia illegal small scale mining no ekon na yekon no enye nipa ba akokon ene yekon enye den a empanyifo ka asem bi se nyansa wo hini ba akofo tirim enti enye den ebedi adwene ede afiru bi ho ebia obi ote akire no ehunu sana montuo bi a yetuo no eho atoche enti wo se yatimi eye ne yetu anamo a ebetimi aboa menkunum di aba ya afa eno de ensehwe se ebeto nsa afro mu na yato ato adwene na yahwe kon ebetimi de eye ensem na faso
Tio, necessary no. Ahimfo no mo ho no no. Wonu ma na mo timi to asate no ma galamte.
Na alaji gadu mentwa no. De wo ho ne se enhyehye ya hodo no aban no wo no. Enye ne nyina no ada na die ma Ghana fo nyina hunu. Entie bia bra no. Owo enhyehye a obeda na die ma obia owo man mu no atimi ahunu bi. Ebia ne ya ye kasa e de afa ahimfo ahodo no ho a wo mo a ensase ahodo no ye omodia e ma amanfo akonya mo mutimi koso no. Ebia na otwe mienu edi animu anase bosumi mienu edi animu no aban beto nsa afre o manase aban kokuo mu kra woni betumi akwa akosia na wo nso enhye ho no wo mahye enti emian kase bia nei wa fresh civil society organizations eni o madi nkomo enti eno ano no ana
se una udi wa ginka anase we ya aban kasamafo
menya aban kasamafo
why gina uchire wangu oh dabi we aban kasamafo so mami unama minji wasem ntu
menya aban kasamafo but
me aya ginchire asema okanu so why gina uchire mebwa
eye madwe na mechire
wa ma ya 2 weeks uti e bia 2 weeks time enti nyame ya aduma next 2 weeks coming Friday you better from na ya bisa say ye na uchire mu abamusa na
misi bia pacho eyechi kasa na mekanye ese bia
me di bia no ya agima but 2 weeks no to ya be ya agima say ya kasa no se sia otio me di o chakona no otie pa e ma mpanyi otie apipa nya agro me fi se sia otie enti o asema putu o di man no o pa nya agima na 2 weeks no once amfa pambra na ya fra na ya bo abaso
mate alaji gadu mamena wase yemfa ofrefo twato good afternoon reading baby review
Sefah
na mwako
Sefah ewe nyame
asumjenka onzo
amintia incoming national chairman yura honorable Buachi Ejako did you say papa be the national chairman our party man regional chairman sir almost ready to extra young peer a dear tema and passing since all of them with not at the whip ama and prepare I apostle oil in past Sefa
Nana
Galamsey fight any legal man and who meet here on my year if I know that Galamsey fight any legal man in Toquano say a buying our pastor or fight here or to fight you oh your committee be out make a material saying Sefa or money 2 million action man in sa the man action in sa say a move buying ball a move be on the walk on your Saturday I was oh yeah maybe I feel for our your position on your I for your efforts your navy war a ban in Suma or Moyade a ban air force war as a your army or the associate of some years. In the game, yet now see the committee and Tana Yade, the Draco say fight. Meanwhile, the very view, Jacko Yaquacho, you know, not what Stephanie do to be house. So as a woody and color, Munyao. Now, what the water was pointing, now some clearly view. And the young person in my young bamboo for some Munyajmano, to the among 100% assurance that Monko, Kuntiaga, I'm saying, the Yakos war, your first year in Suma. And can be 1 month, almost 1 month. The beer bear fancy used to the Niati. The instance said, Governor paying fees, a payment paying for Edward White Jimmy, Nagalam Omuyebi. No more concession. Our start all boys for home, Yamo into. And you think anything fighting Galam say fighting.
Nana, 1 month, the Yadi and Sunan bit me at here.
You say you will stop him. And you say, I'm pound say, you say 1 month, Obia and Fire Forest, Obia and Cold Sonumu, where you come and the best where you talk to start. You say 1 month, 1 month, and what? Because it's the story that you and a legal mistake in German in you, and a Kunyaku. Gana water machine, you're shutting it down. Next month. And you have a Tagana, the family can sue about my women. You bring the autonomy, you will start. You have to be out of the Japan. And yet, a Dumbra, I was thinking I'm the same fight room. Play out your mama position. Oh dear, among your some say. You will go for the NMP many years and what you may work my force that come with the woman. Yes, you the Kuno. I saw mine denying and my MPP and year. You bet me a fight. I'm a yet to us yet. Because I'm a Catholic. May you get a near some MPP. Is a new man for you are, Nayan Suaniati, and near my fool. You need to talk or maybe your baby. I don't ever get a Catacasaview. Yes, Penny and Yakasano, hey, Penny staying here. Because I pay over Takuyaku 9 months, 10 months, a young woman. Next, before you grab 10 months near Chomkaya. Now, by now, you're anything. Meanwhile, our point is who your point is got. Over John Pedium, I just spend allowance, I just full free. Let Nancy. Oh no, or Jaya Zabia and taken our phone. He can know Jay and call out our classroom. 11 months, 10 months in him. Omufuka, Omu Haida, Omdi, John Kaya. Now, we will do what the super anyway. I'm Sifa. Yes, Rano. Yeah, maybe I see ya. I can't forget my 3 years. You got 3 months. I'm an medium. Or money medium. Now, Mr. Sifa, the baby doesn't say me. Men of the money is not on the other part. I come out. I do better. I don't know. Why am I bad? Let's go for some anyway. The rabbi, no, a man count from a medium bow, a man count from a move, where a man count for now. I won't know. Oh, yeah, now I'm a figure of my Ghana. You're count.
Nana Wako, I'm not Yamva Phrenesia. And I'm not all kinds you want some. Ensuring the Yadia, you be crave with the aboma, would you be one going there? Young claims you live near the aboma. Happy 99 FM was good watching. You made in EpaHoaDaben. My main cow, Mr. Freno, Zisiano, Mamma Freebie. Munya phrase and said, Won't come with the Ewaha. A year and penny for a woman, a wojibu. Na ye kajibu dia, any insurance common ye bidie. And every na wa a year, Mr. Wonti, a ye jibu, and cano, me pacho. Bomodia na train me. Na mene ura Samuel Kwesi Fusu. wono eno ye commercial manager edima Jibu e Ghana ha. Mary Otu or franchise success manager wono so e wo Jibu wono so e wo Ghana mamu ha eno ma Jibu no se minim se nkura o ma yahodo bebre so ntana maka Ghana no de man ko ka se e bia o ba foforo na e bia ka se be ka ne kwa ko kambrofo de bia ne e twi no ane ye kan same ene Mary mama mu akwaba
Sefah, yeah.
Mbomboko de.
Nyamia domboko.
Na Mary, that's a trip microphone ni ba na a Ghana food you.
Oh.
Na Jibu boko de.
Sefah, Madaroma ene Ghana for said o maso yemu no nti bibia de di na me bai mame abaso. Me ba bia be nam bia obi ati o.
Yeah that's.
And say waje ba bia ti no ebu mabaso ene ejuma di amo.
Yeah that's pa bra kwesi na ejuma na dine. Tia bonsa manfo twabo ya because so wo edisi ni wo ye bibini ye hu twabere mpo
enyagro
ye ni nkomo kakra because one mo nti Jibu da no se ye ka Jibu a ejumako bai
okay nti Jibu ye jumaku a ye insuo na se de wodi kan no ye company a ye nya Ghana happen e wo yadwuma na nkasa ni tini hyase ewo Rwanda enti na edin ye Jibu no in fact Swahili kasa a se kire se solution na se answer
okay
na enam se Ghana fo ehwe modern boy bo ewo Ghana ha ne ade enti amafo kra so adopt e Ghana ha ebi mo kra gen se ye Jibu
me kra me tini nkan za na ma duni ye me ase Jibu na ya kan mo ye no
Jibu tiro akomni nchiremu the attend say Swahili kasa
okay
say answer
okay
na wo hwe abakosem a ebra ye adwuma kuo no ura no mo hyase no o mo ko Rwanda ne ade na say nsu ho sem problem
okay
amanfo no nsu aso mo timi say de negalam sin sem ya be ye de saati no o mo yes okay o mo de ho nsia no beba problem na wo ho no no answer na say nsia no beba na timi abo mo na de sa edin no bae na de ye ne say ye siesi nsuo e ma ne ye krogyen amanfo betimi anom mo nya pomuden na e kire so asa ama ho kwan ama nkofo a o mo sika o mpese o mo de hye adwuma bi a betimi amom mfaso no so timi de o sika hye adwuma bi mu nti o bisa Jibu a na kire de ye eno no
nti apart from Rwanda ne Ghana enfa bi na wo
ye wo Uganda
okay
ye wo Kenya
okay
ye wo Zambia
okay
DRC
okay
ye wo Tanzania na ye san wo Zambia
as a kamia as a mu amaya hodo bi eduso close to 10
in fact so de America ye on say ye adwuma kuo na nkasa wura no de mo ye Americans
okay
no must spread it to
other African countries but yemra Ghana oba Ghana nsu ahodo be bre wa ha nsu ahodo ene wo fa krumu a omo mo ton pia wotai we se mi ton obebusa say ede na ma Jibu nsu no dance wo nsu ahodo no ye wo man mu no
asem wo bisa no say you started ni happy for mutu and mo e say afimu ani dey be ba special ni abushafo mo bisa na muso no dey kura na mudi mu aje nsuo no da ho ku to mo na se a say bibia de mudin ye mfidie na use no on say dem di kan kire mu no adwuma no ahyase no na fi America enti se ukwa be fontintan fidie so na wo bo healing waters a omo ye adwuma ko bia eba se yemfa mfidie a ye de esone nsuo so ne krogyen a omudi mu yie pa
healing waters
yes omo no mo yes ha machines na de ensuo no nti na edikan no na ade ma ne da soronko pa nti ensuo no ono
ma de fidie bia keke
debi papa je say in fact mre me kai say afra say mercury garam say nsem ba ya man for mercury ni ade ye de ensuo ko FD mo check ye e mo gitu mu say mo nsuo ne de
bibia ni efin bia ni pacho muntie ni mo aya mo kutu nsuo asese mu yam hyehye mu si ye nsuo kura me kwa kutui a doctor for kura chiribu say arsenic mercury ni cyanide agimu ma me kono makwa konya sunsun ansobo ni Jibu ho me da say Sefah enti eno eye nema bia me da sonko enna ye nkofo bi nso a say ba sustainability ye mo asase ho ban na ewu mu ban no enso edai akoma so pa enti ye nya pure water yenye sa bottle na wo ya na ya to atwene ni bi yenye de na refillable ones ni bi okay
de wo ba na ye fill ma wa esa no asam na ba fill foforo ndi sa na me na me da sonko free nkaya no nyinaa
nti yede eye kontoa no ma wa wonu nsuo no wo no wia obetimi asan de kontoa na ba bio ami asan bu nsuo no bi di akum enya fe ne yakọ pe bia be kwa akoto agu ne yakọ akọpẹ foforo sani senka ye bia senka yi plastic se ye hu ewo montin so nyina senka no ba Brazil
fa asem na no aka no ade ba ko ade yakoma so pa nti ne pese ete sa ne mani nyina so nsi obi a wotie bia no na wo hu de ete ne se obi na me yeso obeduru ho obi agent say okay na mo nye in fact say de yen friend pure water ya na sachet water na mo nye we de yen beda age ye wo de unhia dispenser machine kra no use de yen fefefe tap e wa no te no aso bi nya bi na odi esi no
wabie
fefefe wo wi a ye free delivery so nti me ka
nti say yen fa say me time come to 25 na metie nti se me to bi be contract na be edua mo de bebre me
wo de bancha bongo because temakom 25 na ngasa na yewo ya so ye ba ko ho
oza na mon kanjere mi
ICT hotel nche ho no ma sa pepe
sen ka me fancho do mu ha na nka me
wo dem sifa wo de wi a ye be ka se wa chiro
am de bia be mo na mon kan de da dai minim da
ai
mi mo sa ka ne zen na ka da bia nka se mi si ho
ye foforo kra
ma me bisa Mary de say ono no is a franchise one krom and Mamusa Mary. Modi jibu ba Ghana. Minim say aya ye wo wholesale shops ahodo a jinsu ahodo eton. Jibu so amanfo asomu no etisen.
Ni krani nyame ni me koyi. Sisi aye wo franchise by 10 aye ni omu ye adwuma. I think we yedi kan abokom to 25. Ya wo Achimota, ya wo North Legon, ya wo Kaswa, Galilea Market Honum side ena yesan wo Adenta, main office no wo Madina. So eba no nso I need ya say baby a utibia ubisa jibu a ubenye bi yesan so wa abokobi. Ya wa abokobi na ya wa Ashalibotwe. Saira muho nyina wo ho a upejibu a onsabeka
onsabetimi akabi na emfa na say bi obi aye na adwene say okay sisi a meti happy 98.9 FM said de mu di jibu nsuo no ho adanse no me pese me so me betu bi na nka me kokoton ana say franchise me so me di mu ba be shemu a
akwanya wo ho so oba ofre yen ye ne obedi hu nkomo because nhihye da ho batansa na obeba no so ne wo say ye behwe waso ye ho no ye nkrofo bi a neatness hu hia yen pa
thank you
nti I was say ye behwe bebi a opese uton nsuo no ho ye se ho nye na se ye pese wo ye niema kakra bi wo ho a ye beka cho to de bi nso a ye support o edisiesie ho no no se ye boa nti enye se oba ya obeye franchise ni ejai ye de how ni nyina ato so ye support ti ye no kan hihye na terms and obi be say terms and conditions nti ye no kan na uji tumu a na efe dey ya start nti ye be boy in terms of build out and ye friend build out no nti unya wo space na ye be ba be hwe say ho ye suitable a e wo say FDA nso be hwe na mo approve ma ye nti sa na ma ni nyina atoto akwan mu a na efe dey ye no wa start ye
so you don't just obi ntimi hye mase ene ya mepejibu nsuo na ade chin ye no ano ye di nsuo na bro until say ya yes anima we nyina wie ama Food and Drugs Authority. I mean that's why it is important for me. Ama Food and Drugs Authority aba begia to mu say ene di obetimi ato nsuo ho na ye di nsuo na ba besio mo a aya amuto nsuo o me ahodo a eto da bi a wodwene ho a wonte ase ne nsuo no yinim ba bi free enso mo bobo ho dawuro sa ba frankly speaking Mary enye mo want na make you could tell you be coffee minu me ho men kan de aka no nka minu me ho because you see the franchise a man for bi no and people are not aware where people are sourcing their waters from every ho and it's within my area every ho men koto sense you no be da and I mean yeah ma adwene se kwa koto bi da
sifa mame kakra nto de wo kan so hu se MPP ni so man kwofo kwan se o momra adwuma bi msa na momfa o mo ho mehye mu a enam so amanfo pesika mro so ne ade enti fa so mro so no bonsi afi ono ye nema bi a ense na emfata na se de ben be so sa ne ma na no apart from say the American kan no enti yen wo ba se wo ne be ya adwuma wo be ye defend distributorship na na reselling bo so miensa ni ahwe said the modern money ade ti akyerɛkyerɛ ani mani nyina ni so
great
na yɛbɛma FDA fo aba bɛyɛ visitation ɔmo ba standard authority fo ba baako mmienu mprensa ɛno na akyi ni koraa nso no wo hyɛ ase yɛma akwan yɛ standard no koraa nso po nyɛ Ghana deɛ yɛhwɛ beyond even the borders of Ghana anti no me ka de ato deɛ wo ka no so sɛ ɛba sɛ yɛkɔ by the rules and regulations ne deɛ anaa mmara deda hɔ ne deɛ Djibou yɛdi so papa
enti enkoto nso baabi akɛkɛ baabi Djibou wɔ na mimisa sɛ oka customer service pen na adwene series October customer service month then amoyo
ma bebre so ya start sisia busumi ye Djibou promo so Djibou promo no unsa ye di kan say Ghana for Djibou natum na mo so yes Djibou so Djibou no ye 20-liter tap bottles no it used to be nane boy no ye 150
okay
sisia ya teso aba 60 Ghana cedis
was it
60
America how many
60 Ghana cedis
20-liter no
20-liter with the tap
no
yes
at pacho tap no the can nyina say there is pipe for one bit me bie no eno na ye kan no friend tap no enti eno no enka ne CD ha any eye aduonum 150 Ghana cedis as say no matter so abasan
60 Ghana cedis
na me moka
oh there be because there in as much as uhunu sa no ye pese obi anya Djibou woni fie yepese obi enya Djibou unse afi customer service week no team ne ye mission possible ba uba Djibou ayese it is possible with Djibou
okay
what you say
it is possible with Djibou
nti eno sa no say ye can possible with Djibou dia and there obia wo fie mu because any offices nkwa na betumi use Djibou wo fie wo ye aduane say wonsu a wonom you can always get Djibou at home. So there's another team going for do more with Djibou. Okay. So aside from possible with Djibou, you see ye niema bebre
with Djibou.
Nti eye ni limitation obe nom odi be ye aduane odi be like two party kra na say ye and say bibia instead of so be use sachet water na bia obe wiye no obe pra nesa no ba Djibou you can still use the but me use bottles no now they are serving customers yes
which will reduce the quantum of plastic ye na se ye jagu ho na ma mu ye wi an ma jangura na go mu ko stadium si an ma jangura na go o Djibou ho nzo ngongoto
se fa me fika kran wo se un se we ni po kan ya ho dwiri wo no yes ah
and because there's 150 to 60 there
se onu mu wie na de ba refer 18 cedis per I say, sitting here, would you can out on?
Samina to was you. Oh, my son, my father got for the tank go now. Oh, yeah, you will go. And you only over 60 cities. Now, more than Coconum, now, sound the baby, you are referring
18 cities.
And you now
18 cities per.
And your baby business this month.
Oh, favor. I didn't know that I marry Boston. I'm saying, your person will be a in your beauty fee. And so, see a bus robber Nikurumna and many, if any many. Yes, until I was saying I have one at Sunday man. So, Nuntina, Yati to say the amount who can say who said a baby be with me and your beauty fee. Intino, sir, customer service week. Me say, it become who I marry by the better also, but yes, fresh of Biamra, but you Djibou bottle, oh dear bra, friend, ye be broby. No onu we are friend ye ba be sesa ye ba be refili ama na kese bibia de na kwem pepepe
ti we de mu amutie no nse ye kan kran kwa mesa ba bia mu ton bi wo nkrutu ahodo no so a eno so ba kire me because ye share with customer service week no abom yenu it is possible with Djibou and do more with Djibou and say no wo ma memienu ebi wo ho ana because month no wa
so say month no wa na mom the focus of customer service from next week Monday, Ecopim Friday.
Next week Monday.
On the
6th of October.
Good. Ecosi Friday. And also within that same week now, so your breast cancer awareness. Into anoni besi Wednesday. Into Wednesday near breakfast with Djibou.
Okay.
Into breakfast with Jibu na yɛne yɛn customers no. Ɛwɔ yɛn head office for Madina.
Okay. Breakfast with Jibu.
With Jibu. Nti oba
o the time when it was
mpacha around 8:30 to 9. Na breakfast na start.
Mama management doesn't say hey nyango born mama ndi make breakfast with Jibu.
Nti oba ye do we breakfast na we no tun say didi no na breast cancer awareness and screening and so koso. Yeni hospital be di hu enkomo.
Okay.
Nti Wednesday we be ye no. Na Friday Friday. Floats and I said your friend a walk with Jibu.
A walk with Jibu. You will do more with Jibu. It is possible with Jibu. Breakfast with Jibu. Na a walk with Jibu.
Jibu a walk with Jibu no see Friday.
Fiada.
And
next week pepe.
And a week. Internally activations. A float van with Jibu staff and Jibu customers. It is a unum Jibu a Ushiaye or Madina ni Potemo no akanyehu. Ni a co-work ne fefe. Uben ye head office nenso anwa ba bekanyehu anopano. Na ye ni wa have breakfast. Those are Jibu customers. We need Jibu product. How ba na ukita 60 cedis no abeto. Jibu bottle. We need Jibu bottle ni bi how ba na ukita 60 cedis.
60 cities.
No abeto Jibu
bottle. 60 cities. Ukambuma fabeto Jibu.
No abeto Jibu bottle. 20-liter tap bottle.
Thank
no
you.
abeto ba now the coffee. And I other activities in no be unbomodin abedu breakfast na sia na activity no so.
Can breakfast ni bi anama ni aji. Well, breakfast ni bi anama ni aji.
The account only the Wednesday.
Wednesday
na
breakfast with Jibu.
Ubedru ha na ukwada.
The patrol management Wednesday there.
Obeya. Anawo
said ya any day. Make assignment anu papa. Tiana. Mama am paging for swat in here insist any come because ukwada na home message for anything. Happy 99 FM no azugu so ati no. Enti ensise no wo ha de aka no de o se ba ukwada na mbeka chere. I want to know say ukwada I'll be there. But then I was asking a question say you know you marry a ball some of the outlets what Accra obitimi nya bi one more obi bebretie in northern region Bogatanga Tamale na Lergu Golu ni de keka ho nyina almost on better no manya ejibu ni bia
ne kura om tese sie no de ye won kran ene nkura bimben
okay
te se me ka so afo ekura mo nyina mo kan kran ho
da ka so ye central region
yo ka so ene
how you to senior east
ai eti omo fast over outside Accra ka so
okay
when am fast tema potem ne se de my can me san sisu bi o se de ba obi ho ba otia ma me fam free e wutu senya wo se de wo kan ye wo Kaswa Galilea market no
Kaswa Galilea market
and in fact omu tie friends community 25 no time our boy no se me nchia na me kan chance me fa ni number ma na wo bi ofa ho na be jinsu Doreen to tie nti me chian be
pacho uya to number no plato na
metro about you know ye wo Kaswa Galilea na ye wo Kaswa new market kwan no so
okay
ufiri hono mo a ye wo dansoman exhibition runabout hono mo pe na ye sanso new achimota
okay
ye wo new achimota ufiri hono mo a ye wo branch back on osu
okay
photo club imaging hono mo a ye wo airport shell airport shell hono mo fancy we open bia traffic light branch right shell bi na wo hono that side ufiri hono mo a ye sanso wo asylum down mo ha ye
actually send the bia me fa ni mo
sa pepe ti honso wo and ye wo ma na hono head office wo ye wa denta Fra Hakwan so Tra Baptist Church na ubinkum so ho no mo a eno so ye wo ho ye wo so tum Choba Junction
so town
yes so tum ena ye wo ye sanso was painters
okay
committee 18 Junction ye wo ho ena ye wo friends botwe gate na krom kwan no so ho nso ye wo ho ena ho pon me jam ti say ena ye san North Legon
okay
Wisconsin University outside your ho ye wo amran here
Wisconsin University asem ye hunu be
on say ufri ufri atomic junction na o ko
ha
ube branch I said filling station
I'm say total energy filling station mahu
o branch
I'm taifa opa
foforo ba kun so aba so Bema camp
ayi no ko inside
ayi asrafo omu nyina no jibu I say jibu ni de
asrafo no jibu ana
honso ewo ho and afi community 11 Rama down honso yesanso will be ho ayetema
okay and say sam ya we nyina okọ every single time be abeti
okọ so two edi free hand moko ama ye okofo dua ne ade but wo de wo frɛ a ma me fa number ne to dwa pref
fa number ne to dwa
ntino 0542 032 510
0542
032 510
0542 032 510 eno ye jibu number no omoden a twerɛto sisi a ema remfi sɛ de bia betimi afrɛ jibu so na ba bia wo bia ɛwɔ nkrankradua ho ade won sɛ betimi aka jibu Mary yɛmfa nkomo twetwe ne mra na wie no ando dise metwa to yenye na Ghana for sɛ omo feel low voice no ena wie omo sɛ de bia emema voice nkwa na etu radio no to awia ene na yabo modern akofo ba edna ba be kan ho ene enya asem keto 0542032510 eye number eye jibu number wo fra be nya jibu insu no bi ato hwe promo no eye 6 enti ne hwe wo kwa ho 60 cities 20 cities no offer sika be 5 na Ghana cities no ato ne edu so pu mu ono ba ko na sa no akwaje foforo ono ba ko na sa no akwaje foforo enti obeye rotation sa beko afina wi still na ogusu ojibu wo mama you know when is what wangasa Mary omutio
so final comments and as they make a try to say ye do bibia say especially jibu customers no omo mujne jibu ananti 50 time I start jibu bepim sambre ye do bia say and I be sanso that Happy FM microphone nyina se na emom no it is possible with jibu.
It is possible.
Fasisi Ghana brand na beji jibu bottle ba kunkofie. Na esan be ye refill 18 cedis. 18 cedis.
It is possible with jibu.
Yes.
Di utie mi a bomode a. Me the number be send o say akopensu ni si fi asan ma draw.
Viva said American ye chia etiefo nyina na ye dom nyina ase so ma so yemum na adwuma no ekoso ma me fa kunya no na me chia me nkofo bi am so muti o pa ha enti efo doji Benjamin ono no ye community 11 no ha so tie o pa di me chia ma no na me Madam Sylvia so tie na Cynthia avoid ye franchise na muti ni nyina no on se catch o se me ba no happy no bia radio da hono ma we de utie ntino be che obia na ye be koso ahye mu nkran se wo pensu krogin a ono mo a emfa yare bia mero je be boa mo apom din so akoso a ene me hwe be bia hwejibu akira kon ba bia wo bia
hwejibu akira kon ba bia wo bia Samuel Kwesi ofuso commercial manager Jibu Mary Otu your franchise success manager Jibu and out is emnyom twin komo awie bomodian na kopɛ Jibu 0542 032 510 and the number and Freddy because this year promo ne koso en kan de obekwa akoto na 150 Ghana cedis no ya to say shim anu tinie shim enye huhu de ze itimitu shim ya to say shim ene okwa akoto no cedi adusia 60 Ghana cedis inti ene 60 Ghana cedis ukuta 600 abeto 10 no ato 10 na de so woni mi se ensuo a wo de no aduane betimi determine ensuo no de aduane ne de ensuo de no aduane no ebetimi a kyerɛ sɛ aduane no ɛbɛyɛ da na sɛ aduane no nyɛ den enye de o pensuo a betimi dia no aduane mu aduane ayɛ de dia o benom na obenya pomodene ene ahodene mapa nom Jibu
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
Charlie, I stress. Oh, senior, what be the issue? Bro, another one caught happen again. I nearly get them this time. Charlie, the over 1.5 messed me up. Oh, Charlie, sorry. But wait, you don't get refund for your loss? Nah, bro, that thing's have the. You hear some before? Yeah, soccer bet they do. Them they call them soccer chance. Ah, Charlie, you sure? Oh, but why I for lie you? Just make your stake on 10 plus games with odds of 1.30 or more. And when it's full, you will get your stake back times 3. Come see my bets. Hey, Charlie, this be interesting, oh. I know, right?
Soccer Chance rules are simple. Bet on any of your favorite soccer league games with odds of 1.30 and more. The total number of games should be 10 or more. Now here's the catch. Lose just one out of the many and you'll be rewarded 3 times your stake. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
Yemma wakwaba eba Eclipse Collateral Management. Ejuma kwostrunkwa yemma wenya wadwapade nkrata ho mfaso. Wonim se wadwapade nkrata ekuta wono. Ebetumi asesa wodache. Yesesa emfasode a adwapade wuranom etumi enya ewo no adwapade nkrata ho. Ene nyuma wuranom nso ebenya frɛ adwapade ahodo a yede sia bowa ede apesika ede abo wo nyuma ahodo. Enti se ope prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, ene land document perfection services a mayemfa nyonko. Ewo Eclipse yewo prime depository platform bia ahobambo bomu ahia de fofora adwapade awuranom etumi de won krata ekoto ho na wonya sika esem bia ni ho na ye de sankrata yi ebo nyumaku ahodo a wo pebese de afrisika kwabia ho ye bobosia ho no ho ba ebo manyuma awuranom nya sika de trewo nyuma mu ye de bosia bo hwehwemu a emu do na ye mapa ena si egina ye enti wonim se wo wonsa ahobambo bomu entwentwa so hwehwenye nkyira kwan ewo adentam barrier ya bembe Moses Ayaresabia no ewo West Africa SHS afasio no ntempe Franyensesia 0543842466 wo Eclipse Collateral Management. For property owners we say think safety and decent income, and for businesses we say think funding before projects.
From roots to remedies, from leaves to life, Ghana's traditional herbal healing power is rising strong and true. It's time for the maiden edition of the Ghana Herbal Conference, coming up from December 3rd to December 5th, 2025 at the Prempeh Assembly Hall in Kumasi. Theme: Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Come and experience live herbal demonstrations, exhibitions, and engaging discussions with top practitioners, researchers, and regulators. This conference is proudly partnered by Ministry of Health, Traditional Medicine Practice Council, Food and Drugs Authority, Center for Plant Medicine Research, and Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association. Visit www.ghanaherbalconference.com or call 020-2222-095 to register for free. To exhibit your product or services, call 020-2222-095 to book a stand. Follow us at Ghana Herbal Conference on all social platforms. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say think funding before projects.
Number one everywhere you go. Big goal for the friends and the family. Big goal, big refreshing moment. Big goal for the kids and the adults. Big goal, boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal, everywhere the party day. Big goal, we go mash up the place with it. Big goal, greatest in every battle. Big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big O, big refreshing moments.
Big O drink, big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Okay, so the Akubani, whilst His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and civil society organizations ahodo Asia at the presidency fikasi mu no sabre krono anu mu no na ehemfo bi no mu nso ahyase etu anamon to deal with the issue of illegal small-scale mining. Ukopie mu ewo kwa empotem ho a you realize that one of the callers no ka say okọ kwa empotem ho ankane pa senkebetu fumagudie kwambone so ewo ho no kra de unhunu bi but ene entia yenya ene say omaya fa na ba bia befa bia nipa dodo no adwene yom se ska okọ hye ho enye se yom se ofia the geological survey ya ye ayede ahunu gold a ewo man mu a chapo won kra sanda na di se sika kokọ ayewo ewo man asase so no emu ha mu chichemu be yedumpo yentu ye enti ene amanfo no be hu se ebi wa ha wo emfa kwampa so nkonkoje nkrata na wo de akwa akutu wo timi fo mo pemu mu firo mo pem na wo ne empanyimfo bi no mu aye kanana akona krana na wo sei yensase nanso okokọ wo man mu a ahemfo se enya ade a wo betena se ayenhwe ha enti ene wo eba pro ewo nkro ahodo no mate se yetu afemagudie ewo so no eso na yebehwe ne ye ne nsentwireni Isaac Osei edi enkomo esanse wono ene nananom ene nam a wo ebo entoa konsrahwe ewo emia ahodo no na wo abusa anamontu a wono mutu famagudie wo mutu no kwampaso no mutu wono nso a wo mutu no kwampaso no ene nananom anamontu ben ena wo mutu afa na sensen kan ben na wo muka ede afa ho live on Happy 98.9 FM ma enchebia no ye ne yensentwireni no ebe hyase edin na mo men kan tell say it's about to go down 25th of October 2025 no YFM and it shut down the whole of Ghana. Yes, of course. Yeah, because they shut down the whole of Ghana, you'll understand. Because the area codes jam. Area codes jam. Area codes jam. And yeah, bro. Nije Jumadie Sronkwa. Yeah, the bro, yeah, the nyum, yeah, the nije, and Yahokana Kabumon, yeah, Dijuma Hodo. Expect an insane lineup of your favorite artists plus global hype men, hype women, and MCs who will keep you lit from start to finish at the Legon City Mall. This isn't just a concert, it's a movement of music, love, and awareness. The 2025 YFM Area Code Jam is proudly powered by Smen of Ice, together we chill, Munchies, made in Ghana with same milky richness, same great taste, everything cacao. Discover the finest Ghanaian chocolate, indulge in the finest premium chocolate with their Naha brand and the Shiril brand, which brings the rich flavors of Ghanaian cocoa to all. Blue Jeans, feel the superpower. The luckiest, luck is everywhere. Rio Cola, drink of good times. Now, Minka, YFM Area Codes Jam 2025. One nation, one vibe, one jam. All in pink October. Isaac will say, Isaac, memo ha. Na enkomo wo any say yatisa na nanom a omwoko any important mu etu anamon e dia 5 magudi a yetu ayentu no kwampa so no ensembe no ho mienti bie
sifa me da si bebre no kre nra em se yen anopa dwumadi so no yema tiefo nyante ye se ko man hene da si bre ko amabo ati otoso miensa ensembe bebre no watete na ne watete ne bi ne se sika from agudie a yitu a emfa emra kwan so no kwa wunsu so no ebi koso na senti no da sebre eye ne se nyese bia ne bone so ne mumu no onu ankasa ebetu esi efom na putupuru so no omo bia mane onu ankasa de nani krotu awusi akwa ese amanebo a otiti ewo monten so no no kra enu nti nura onu ankasa ene na hemfu ni bi ebo anan ebowura eye kwawu ensase no ebiso na sefa okokoduru ehonum no onu ankasa enu musam se no ho de adwiri ni pa yi ede kire so no de no nim se ye ka galamse nsensem na eya de anka kwawu de enya de anka ebo kwawu din efa eye galamse nsensem na nso no se ukọ ye odi nani ekoko hu ne ekoso no onu ankasa ekire mu se ene esa na tie de wantuni na ensi fom anhwe ya na yede asrakwa dan na chenchina enra ade ba ko a ekan pan yi a ye ne se ontu ne nan enko ene se obedru eye kwawu a kwawu ene asante a chemfo ebo ahye ena biom nso omusan ne achemfo ebo ahye na ensase ni bia ewo se area ne mu na ye kwawu west kwawu south municipal no mu ena kwawu east no na entia otitene se ebi ekoso no kura ye friend asempa na ye kan go ayi koko pa ya de a omudua koko papa yi a kire se so hwe asempa na ye kura ye fo kwa praso ba besia se enum nyina osuben honum koko ne enuma omoye dodo pa ewo hono nanso ensem otiti ye ne se na kakre ne no nkrofo bi aba be hye pokesi no mu a ukọhwe se de omo ye koko ewo ho no yetutu koko agu na ye de excavator abowura asasimu a yetutu asasimu a na chess ensweni enu ankasa de nani ekọkọhwe ehun se ene na ne ekoso no anokre ene enya ene senti no okọ enkuro ahodo a etoatoa so ewo kwa west municipal no emu ebowura eye kwa east ensase no enso ebimu ema kwa south enso so no osan ewuranura fiti anopa bese no nondu awo osimu no ebo bese anopa bese enajo bese no nson ansa na osan ba bedru na tena ye eye kwawa bene na okọ ekodru ye no eniema ohun ye no de adesrede ema aban ne se obesre aban ne se aban no ema aprosifo ene empo asojafo task force na omohwe eye efomagudie no omo emowura kwawu ensase mu na ne ekoso no sebe eye enuane ensase ensuo a amanfo enom no eyade eneda okasai ose nokre untumi mfa ensuo no enya hwe empo okokoto papa bi ewo eye asempa na yekuro mu hono mu a watuka efri nkran ababesisa ensuo ni bia wa asempa na ye ekuro no mu a ode ko nkran akwakoso ensuo na hwe se aso nipa tumi no mu a eye yi a na chese excavators a eye adwuma no enya asempetwa wa mana pro bono anko eye mekanise omo ye illegal mining nenko nembom no beduru kowu a ye wo eye mekanise big mining companies be se miensa kwofo enimwom eye kan ne ye ka Akroma Gold mining company ye kan TLG mining company ye ka Awak mining company na oye se nkobe kwa kostra se big mining companies in naso no mekanise akonyan ambamu a otumi ne Akroma Gold nko a enetumi ehia ya okokosra wom na ohwe ese di omudwumadi etie onuomu edi nkita ho emom nso kire ese omani aso ese da sebre ankasa etumi etu ne nan aba eyo mining company no mmom no ne omo wa omo pese omo ka che da sebre ne se omo wo social corporate responsibilities bibria omo rolling on can say apprenticeship
Isaac, because visuals now they buy this one when you crew now the DH3. So I would want to ask you, me person me gusa ensemble baby nana ekọ ya hodro ni nyina in the videos no yade a omo illegal mining meboa
no kre illegal mining ko
wow zembe na no ne won mo disa nyambran semnika
okokodru honom no emi se ne botaye a oye se odi tu sa na mo ne ye se odi nani krochu awisi kwakwa esan se yenyina enim mining the illegal mining activities no mo ye se adwuma mo honom a atuo de ebi hihom ho eno nti wanye se odi task force ankasa ekọ na emum no kwakwa okokodru honom a ne oye ne se obisa odi kura o honom ase eno achi no wasan abo modern hwe se obi ewo hɔ no obehwe na ebi a omo de hɔ no nipa na ɔyɛ adwuma na nkasa de ɔno ni site hɔ no mu bi na mmom ne bo no de agya boys na ncho frɛ boy kro na no agye wo number no akyerɛ wo se fa onipa na hɔ no nso yɛ na bia na number enso ema no a wa bebi okoko koi ni nyinaa no akyerɛ mo se kwesi da ɛbɛyi no ɔpɛ so obi biara a wo yɛ illegal mine na se meka galam se ɛwɔ asase no so no ohia ɛwɔ na so yɛ ya bra brabeche no nipa anase kwankura wo fa so a wudi nya se concession kuro na wudi dimu no ebiamu nso no na enam so ema okokosra eye big company eye mekan say registered mining companies no eye Akroma Gold ema ohunu se omo enso akire mu se omo ye adwuma na so omo katakata so wi omo kɔ no omachi no na omo ye illegal mining asa besi omachi no masan atu amana no asa de eja hɔ no enu science no masan abo asojafo pa sojafo no aircall rounds ewo concession no mu na mmom won so ombechew ewo concession no mu de so se nananom se form support mpese ye chi obi ne de no kugina mmara no a ebi obi be de ohine bi beba anyway de ye pa achew ene nanamu ngja nti se nana atumi abomodin aba ho no mo no de ne support aba be ma so fight illegal mining dia de sojafo no ebe course rounds no mo tumi agichi na mmom mpese ohine bi beba se de chopper ba se ya chi obi nti yenya no nti ne sande kwese da ebe na na kyerɛ sɛ obi biara wo hɔ no mu a wodidi obi asase sɛ yɛ odi kuro na de ma obi bi na de ma bra abeni na bra bɛkye na sɛ ɛyɛ ɔhene bi anase mpanimfoɔ bi a ɛbiripa mu no ɔne n'ahemfo no nso ahyia na ɔmo nso aka bi akyerɛ mo esan sɛ ne yɛkeka kɔ no anhwɛ yi a na kwawu ne yɛ huhu baabi no ebi nso ɛba bepie mu ɛwɔ kwawu.
What is the extent of damage ya ukoye yɛ nsase ahodoɔ me ahodoɔ na ukoye no
Sefa anoden de kyerɛ sɛ areas na yɛ kokɔ strasa ni nyina ɛyɛ farming communities ɛhɔ nom nso sɛbe nsuo a na tete no na amanfo ɛnom ɛyɛ meka ne sɛ stream nsuo a ɛtene ɛnom ne ɛyi no sɛ nsuo ni nyinaa no ɛyɛ ade a yɛ de excavator sisi mu a yɛasɛ no
gyina me ba atiefo mo amutie yɛn ebia wontimi mfa wani enni akiri nkomo no onte ase a bomodin akoko piem go Facebook won and we first hand visuals yɛn sentwurani a mene ne kasai one nana enenam ekɔ kwawu empot kwawu obepone so tie ni kwawu obepone so enti ye ka kwawu bepone so ene nkru ahodo no bepone ase ni nyina ɛhɔ asɛm na yɛ kan okɔ Facebook a visuals of the ekoso no ɛyade a egu a betimi de wani krutwa yusi de etire Isaac twazo
enti no baby a ensuo ensɛm a ɛwɔ ase hɔ no no ɛyade a ɛyare ho sefa wohwɛ pra ensuo pra ne nka yɛ ka anka pra nkasa ne ti ɛwɔ ɛyɛ kwawu na kan sɛ obofuo ensase so nanso me no kasa wo ba bepie mu baby a pra no ɛtene ɛfa Emma eba be pie baabi hɔ no ma yɛ frɔ no mo ɛmi sɛ ɛnane nansa yɛ nura yɛ di hɔ nkɔmɔ akwasi hu pra no eba be fa sefa pra no nso sɛ kora ɛwɔ kwawu area hɔ no mo pra no ayɛ sɛ pɔtɔ wo duani utwa ɛyɛ ɛtese ti wo brodo otumi sɛ bi ɛbɔ so ɛno atwa mu ayɛ wɔ nsuo a mo frɛ no nsui ɛno nso saa pɛpɛɛpɛ yɛate asim ɛno nso ɔmo ɛsɛ no omo wo ensu ahodo a ɛhɔ no area no anka no ɛna omo depende ɛwɔ so Sabi it's a mere farming community and you be bet to me at in bottled water and say pure water and in pain so nipa ne kwa fuma o depend o say streams in so now what some say
and you be ko no matwa gusa no
pa be do ho no mu a se wo kwa fumu a ekwan a obetwa na wo so tumi soa enso wo gallon mu na o de akwa fumu esa na chese wo fu na ndo na wo do no e yade a wawie ebiom nso koko pa e wo ho no ebi wo ho no mu a chese yetumi betwagu na asempa na ye ho no mu no mo akuafo a wo ho no mu kire mu a enya de ye kan hwe kire wo ye hu yan se de excavator no ababo awura e ho no mu koko fu no mu a ye dwi eye koko ni nyina agu a obi biara entumi kan kire wo se e yaso mesi anaso benten ena edi yen aba anase amaye ba be adwumanu nti mu kokofo krampa ye betwagu no na nyina abo ye san ne yentua mamo na mmom no sabe otumifo otumi wo ro ka wafa aboti enu nti ena omudi se adwum na omse se bu on mo ho no ma etu atumi su ewo se bebia omutu se gold no enye tuketwa enti no menua na cha se yade a ya homete enti da se bere kono sabe odan ho so wankose okwakochi obi wankose na mmom no okwakohwe na nu ati no afre na hemfo no enu akasa se ohene bia nu no beka se ne ekoso no nimu esan se gold fo na nkasa kire mu a omu ba betu gold ahemfo na nkasa kogunza sre ema nanano makwan ansana omotumi aye enti so ohene ko oba nanim na se yade a wotumi akwakogunza wonim se dwumadie se ekoso na wo mu bibiara so nti ya ene ho no de nanano nkasa asemu a omu obibi on beka akyerew e wa bene kurum ho
Isaac nyame pa kwasieda yebesan edwada se kwasieda nanana ene wombehia no ne yehunu won mo mota akiri won mo mde omsika kwakochimu a won watimi atabri excavators e de frinkran kruduam ne eyem yahodo de akwakopiemu e kwa wompotemu a won edisa nyambransam ne wo ho se de obo so na kroma gold pe ene enim se ono eye licensed mining company ewo eyesa me yahodo no amutimi ko ne me yahodo no yehunu aka ne nyina no ayade a wo mutu sika okọ no wo munni eye nkrata bia kire se ifraba mu ene amama konya so muntu sa ne ma no de be free mu aba bia no menim se enye den akwase de obekọ abeni mesrew ema pin kura ntofom e obra wonte ho hwe bo modern afa ne nyina bra na ye ne etiefo eni ho nkomo
sifa beda sibebre
Isaac osei century ni ba kon no ewo apoye mantemu na otise ye no etwetwe nkomo live on Happy 98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben dwumadie eno asokuso awutie no
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye ba ko pe EpaHoaDaben EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye ba ko pe
Joyce bomodi ama visuals no enkosungu enkosungu Facebook na yenchen komo na semfam free and area minim say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and civil society organizations ahodo no ACI and area woni won etnase chere ensemu echere no how this government is approaching the fight against illegal small-scale mining. Meaning say answer kransan ye ba be dwumadi na se no ya de aye bo bi edema mo a said ye be ya muso betimi ehunu bie ate bie mu de mani ne maso e betimi adi eye ensem na chima menka osima bako dumienu na abo e de apa no nan ho ene awie ye be shanko twetwe na se Daniel Dako a member of the NPP communication team sanso Manuel Manio ani also misana mkukuhwenbi Manuel Dako a member of the NPP communication team Ora Prince Kaunda Mayambe a managing editor National Enquirer newspaper a national organizing secretary of Prempak onoso ababa kense if you say Ora Ebukumsin a member NDC Central Regional Election Directorate onoso ababa kense e wudumadi so Ebanyevo mama Muhammad makwaba beji disa pombo ko de
hwede mpado
de ekoso de mama cha se fan free over no odi wani de akiri and this dovetails into a year and enhyiamu a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any civil society organization enya ye on a kwan aban person ofaso na obitimi de akon atia illegal small scale mining. This what the first hand information enya free ye kwa any importance.
Sefah Medase, Mefa Kunya Suda Dr. Lajima Mudu Baumia, and in Samira Baumia. Tiki Akubu said, we OTA, the incoming national youth organizer, the New Patriotic Party, into also Michiano and AVA. And Mandela, we have a greater crying coming regional youth organizer, and also say area we, which many feed to Happy 98.9 FM, OTA, into also Michiano. It's here for an area, so my pembre at the Tina or more radio, happy so. Your church will be Biarasifa, Michiawan Casaso, and Mibra Penia on the here. Sefah, the fight against Galamsey, sometimes it's maybe on say Abaya or more horses, or more pepebi, some of the Belcon Galamsey, which you want to here. Because Ansan on Babefa, Abeniano, or Moshe Ghana for a Bobby Bray. Say Nyankoponya or Madumna say Omunya Tumina. Omodin shishye ba kumienu miense bi beto ho na omode no akon eye Galamsey nhishye be no de edi kan omoka kire se omode AI eye artificial intelligence e be fight Galamsey de toso mienu omoma yete ase se kingpins kingpins a etitiriw abrempon bi a anase nkrofo a sebi kakra wo omunsemu a omo edi ewura Galamsey mu no omo na aban no ebe pesu omo ebe ombechi omo ka kire se nkwala bi a ye chi omo a under the New Patriotic Party no ebe mo amnesty omo ka kire se ela ye permit se ye mine in our forest reserves no yankopon ya dom na se ye mo omo kwan no be di oman yisu a ombe repeal that particular ally. The state of emergency ya ade bi so a omo champion ye ka nyoma bebre ba ase omo beji tumi no bosha omo hye ye nyina ye hu ba kumpo at least na Ghana for expect say bosha wo hye ye no start say wo implement bi anasa wo de implement ni nyina within a year or two. Let us visit it. Niye say implementation no aboa weni akasa obe no waye etimi aketeli Galamsey ana still ekoso yenkoso nye ne sa ana say yen review our approach towards the fight against Galamsey. Besi na me no kase bakumpo ni ho a NDC as a political party o ma implement it. Enti ebusi an wo say omo goodwill no to fight it and I say they just said something for power. Omu we are no mankasa de omu akwa kudri because many woka say per reporter if you be say Erasus Sefah-Danquanh ono wafa esi no say Galamsey no be pursue no amaya ti ase say NDC for na afi de omu abaje Galamsey no omu ye na say I think somewhere around Seshi thereabout this one of the western I think districts DC MP wa bro pansam because of Galamsey. Blue water guards for Ayera John Dramani Mahama say wa send you omo Galamsey no omo mo na ye bo omo sa DC you know e man the boys ebo blue water guards no e dan busam say if the boys of a DC can beat blue water guards there and yeah almost straight in this young betting the aqua mining site was your moko Galamsey yes. Here I could to Sam George e wo krom aka che say man penny no e wo pepa within 1 week there ke was so fight Galamsey because ono na we you can say o memu ha nyina security apparatchiks no e hye ni nsem na me buza nipa we so ene so oye a cabinet minister ne kasa dru man penny ho enti say no crazy yetimi and Galamsey within a week Aden na watna the same we can say abem for close to 9 months. We are still seeing Galamsey escalating. Mobo reho. The Ghana first esre every man pini no one say. Bosho say no or implement it. Okaya Yera Emmanuel Amakufibua. And then our Minister of Minerals and Natural Resources. Eka che say ye here a state of emergency.
Yero Harry na Idrisu eka che say ye here state of emergency. Okuje to Ablakwa eka che say ye here state of emergency. All that omo ye campaigns. Our party ni mu ene all of them told us say in state of emergency. And they were they are giving us a different narrative. Say enya no ne hia sesia. Ne ebusa say na pempen so be na Akufo-Addo dru ya muka so declare state of emergency. If president say that should be his last resort. Adia president sesia, that's the same thing Akufo-Addo here. Ana Sefani mbibi fufra abayi ya Akufo-Addo anye. Sefani mibiza.
I don't know what the Abayan have has got in stock.
That make on my so far. Wouldn't something novel on my in the fight against Galamsey. Do you know something novel? It's a no.
The establishment of NIMOS and now leaving everything to NIMOS to
NIMOS no eno anaye soldiers yesi omuko chinsi omo. Eno ani NIMOS.
Number one is they also partitioned illegal mining zones into some, I think 41 or 44. And so they know the extent of damage and the resources that needs to be dedicated into fighting the menace.
So per what you are saying, Mampenino is aware of the damage you cause to CCR. Like Senya Oka said, we're dividing into some zones. So Nimadi,
the Lands and Natural Resources Minister.
So they know what is going on, the damage air causes. So if you really know the damage is air caused in various zones, what is preventing you from implementing and you maybe our person or the two aquem?
But implementation is not a one-day thing. It's not an event.
But you need to start implementing something. We are not saying it's an event. It's a process. Na ye guso ni akwa bedum pempen so bia na meka no na ya sa akwa baka behwe se enyoma we abedi tu akwa mu no edemfa ye ka ne sen the result ye hia no ede amaya na ye kwhwe so da bi result ye hia no ye nya maybe ye nya this particular percentage. Is it okay? And I say we have to devise a new strategy. That's what I'm saying. So the president and the government should start implementing something so that at the end of the day we will come and review it. Yeshena say, then we take a new route. But so one yeshe. Not the same thing Akufo-Addo okasi in here state of emergency. And now about the same thing. Now okache say yendrum pempe so see a declare state of emergency. Why? Why the sudden U-turn? Why the sudden U-turn? It's like when him say you're John Dramani Mahama. Ekache said the man penny by then Akufo-Addo any the goodwill because only nebusuafo nyina wo mu bi enu nti na omuntimi fight Galamsey no. That's what the then flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress John Dramani Mahama ene oye man penny ka che o se Akufo-Addo ne nebusuafo Galamsey enu nti na we are not able to fight it. So ena Erastus Asaredonko abeka che say Galamsey escalate. Should we also believe Sarah John Mahama no any ono so nebusuafo wo mu bia nuti na escalate na omo ba ya na omo de omo ni si akonta mine so e ka che so Galamsey ko so wiase anyina ya akonta mine pe na ye. That's what omo ma Ghana fo gidi ye. Minister ekoye press conference ekosun ye rehearse ye kosun ye just to revoke the license of just one company. Not proud to that, I think since 2023 or so. Now Konta mine no money into active mining. But Minister Kwaye a whole press conference. Eko sunye, revoke the license of just one company. After the revocation of the license, question I was here Busa minister say, Galamsey tuecha na. Galamsey etuecha na. Small girls and small boys say amokache say mube mo amnesty na enyo mo na ye wose echi omo no you are still arresting them. Yera John Dramani Mahama kache say omo nim nkrofo omo wom. That's what he said. Or say omo nim nkrofo omo wom. Campaigns they know them. 9 months in office. 9 months. Nkrofo omo nim omo no. 9 months mutimi nchi obi aye. 9 months they are still there. 9 months they are still destroying our forest reserves. Me de bi ameka Say MPP ni bi wom, and or say yensu, or say yensase, or say a forester. That person should be pursued. That person should be arrested. That person should be prosecuted. Say NDC ni bi su de woma omonya sa. Ye de ne say Bosha Yera John Dramani Mahama say no. In the fight against Galamsey no. Or implement it. Now some 10 bi omo de abeka ho a. Say farmer na yesre ne say. Omo ma yate ase say say obroni and say a foreigner. Omo chi foreigner oye mining na. Omo be de ombe deport no. Na se Ghana ni de oye mining de omo chi na omo de no kwa kotu fiase. The explanation omo de buy and say the legal process no sometimes cumbersome, very difficult. Enu ti omo person omo waste time obroni so but bibini de obeche no e de na kwa akogina mrenim e di nasem. Bibi sa no omo person omo yeso a say encourage these Chinese and they said they will involve themselves in Galamsey. Okaswa no makwa site omusi o emra no epene mo ye ne sa. Sefa emra bi am permit mo ye ne sa. Emra ne permit say that's the what's the name? Minerals and I've forgotten the name of the act, but I'll pull it out for you. A permit say uchi ni pakro na. O so ni ko gina mrenim or ye bibinio or ye Chinese o or ye diebe o so ni ko gina mrenim na mra no edi ni tu fiase. Mra ne say I was wo deport ni pakro ni ko ni kroma. I was so serving sentence no o we are no we deport no. That's what the law says. Ain't he say Emrani say now as a government you want to do something different and also a hard drink. Yes, Remampini. Yes, Remampini pa. On one share, but by bedroom pempen, so be a Ghana for yes, Reno. Send Mampini yes, Rel. Bosha will share Ghana for in 2024 in the fight against Galamsey. Yes, Rel. Yankoto J. Egufum. Yes, sir, the start implementing your policies. Start implementing your policies. And then meet I had opportunity to watch a bit of the engagement. On my say next year, budget ebeko the fight against Galamsey be huge. I think this year 50 million, right? Sefah, I sound to be corrected. Yes, because I think last year was somewhere around 10 million. This year is 50 million. And what the government is saying, they said next year, I was saying they're increasing the budget. I was saying the fight Galamsey. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are people making riches, becoming rich out of illegal mining, and the ordinary Ghanaian taxpayer Sikano, and they was here the fighting. Mampeni, state of emergency would declare, and yes, Ghana Henina would declare state of emergency, no. And you Ghana Henina, specific zones, I will say, wait to me identify, no. You put a state of emergency there. Okay, I say, you're Rakufado, or Betina Bemu. Close to 2 years, you put a halt on mining in this country. Now Ghana any revenue free mining more for that 2 years. There be because the focus was on the well-being of Ghanaians. The focus was on the kind of saying our mineral, our water resources, our forest reserves for 2 good years. So yes, Remampeni, listen. Sika ye, ba unye sika we na se ni peni wo won ko de bedi a na won fa so de sen. Ana obenye sika we na wo de ni nyina hwe wa ho ode a na won fa so de sen. Yes, Mampeni, yes, declare a state of emergency, just as most of your kind of saying people in your government rooted for, and stop this double standard. Yehu says here, say for me that say.
And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is here, civil society organization. You feel that nothing good can come out of that engagement?
May share engagement.
Yeah.
May share most of the people were requesting for the state of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And the name Crawford so a prison they say, oh, and you maybe why not they didn't know. Now so from representation
yes,
said that there are improvements. But only I don't know sometimes like I tend to differ from that part. So if Nyoma Bibi no cresse Bibi Papa be a free Madia Mampini, Obiabehu. say yen so no any ye de any te because the only thing I would be who say no kre no.
But it will not take 9 months since you anybody.
But when you say na kampeni e ba yen say na Akufo-Addo ba ya ne I think 3 months or 4 months are in his government no and or they ban it too you kind of say mining so in the say na somewhere around February. And
then when the ban was lifted it became worse.
Yes.
It became worse.
It became insurance say but because of 2 years now or they kind of say ban eto ye hu improvement bi and I make say sa beginning of this year and a mampeni enya ban nam so fan to so but me pa say boss or share Ghana for no naka first we kind of say first 2 months no and I can implement ya can me sure say na 9 months e at least can you hu results say Mbianka say but we did that few you know a better wine there be but you be some improvements be if really and truly proposals I will propose here with in 2024 no feasible if 2024 we no policies be no cry a bit me aboa the fight against illegal mining within 9 months no na ka be hu na ka ene the discussion won't be about any CEO I can say CSO say what na saying Debbie ke de amkwakwa ni say okay you be review policies e ka say e be na ka yatena round table oh you can see a base ya implement it. So far so good results no there ni so far oh mampeni wo ka say ye be we ye be chicken pings no maybe we no results be am by so yen change ye den yen change your approach me sure say na by this time no we've gone and we've achieved something but so far no once you've not been able to implement any of your policies in the fight against galamsey now Emma assessment den kakra because what I say in his 120 days promises no Okache say within 120 days he will put a ban on all forms of illegal mining. What him say? What him say okay say within 120 days or better.
The thing is illegal. So how do you put a ban on something that is illegal?
Exactly but as question as someone here kada no ade illegal o ban na den. So what you say but that's what he said enti ye enti asiem no ye fan say or the ban ebe me anaso obe fight and I said within that 120 days you know he overcome illegal mining and make sure say you're hot no that's understanding that you're free mu because me who ban on illegal mining na me can say confuse me kakra now so at the end of the day me man the benefit of the doubt e ka so okay within 9 months no we can say within 120 days no share bono na ka wait me overcome illegal mining etimi air control no to some point but within 9 months 120 days promise no within 9 months we are seeing nothing and I'm saying aben be ko opposition ade ba ko be ko opposition and the propaganda or the good the previous government no so say munye state of emergency say muka but munye to me no you are not able to do it. Okay. Last thing I made we when him said recently and engagement you know asemba kwa aka meni age ne say ba me promise be or promise here o say obey implement here no meni age pa am you say
which is
or say on geological survey department ebe engage na they will be able to survey all lands no me who because illegal miners no they dig here they go here they omunim baby a egudie ne hye so omu degi na so mako baby no say wa ha it before omu be hu egudie no na omase asase no kra. That's the promise here at Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia year 2024 election. My TS say on this geological survey, after my authority me boa. Omo be engage. Now they do that survey, they give the data to anybody. You can't say I think the body in charge, Minerals Commission me boa. Yeah. Yes. So that we first of all do that survey, we get lands a good year also. After that, we establish a Minerals Development Bank. Now, Mineral Development Bank, no, for maybe youth in everyone say, Asalam Dam.
The geological survey, I think, said the CSIR or CSEC, CSR. I think
CSIR.
I think they've done that.
They are money because that's what the government wants.
They've done that. It's just that maybe our government is not aware. Because I've had conversations with some engineers, and they say they have done that. They have the geological mapping.
Omunim Ghana
Henya baby a gold a war. And I quote them, and one of the engineers told me, say, even go the war man Ghana mu akra na yentu mu be 10%.
Oh, and if that one they matida.
No, it's not just what is the fact that they have documents to that effect of the geological mapping of Ghana. Baby minerals no. Ewo. The regions are minerals no. Ewo.
I think so. We need.
And there was a document that I cited.
Yeah. So I think we need to visit that again because currently, because that's a promise of Mampeni so because if it is true, say BBC or what they are, now can be this Mampeni because I have no baby.
I had a conversation at is it Academy of Arts
for me, I believe say the understanding maybe that we no kind of understanding is different because this a promise here Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia last year. And then with the president's engagement, we're falling on that. Say Yakupo ya adoma afi no mo ba be sa survey no mehu baby esika kokko no potin. Okay. Now they will connect. So here about MIA a clear cut on what we need to do. But propaganda era John Dramani Mahama ne NDC for ebogu mu no Ghana for G2 Ghana for GD and omodi 2 million. But within 9 months, I said the fight against Galamsey agin him, but we are hoping for the best.
Mano Dako, General the NPP. Mameni ura Prince Mambe. Oh yeah, some for Edmund inquired of Bokrata and many introduction. Oh, free president there by Yana.
Oh, Mankobi.
That Prem Park for the Zenka or some.
Yes, they invited Prem Park, but.
And when you phone, I can't know where you are.
No, there be yin someone yes, I can invite no be a engagement to be a
also good
uncle. Because I was even called upon say meet me uncle. But Tama call ne buy, and then ain't me uncle be.
Okay.
See, very safer to start on match here with CFO, happy for. Yes, Manuel, the or politicians, they have their style of Mokasenti, or come with one of the sister stations to how did they take we Ghanaians for? Yeah, politicians, those all of us, one way or other, we affiliate to political party. Yeah. But the more you communicators, Nankasano, or more Kasa, the things say, yeah, you go about in the new Diacoso or my Sefa, fight against Garamsey. You move the Debbie Kase, SCAE political card in the film.
Okay.
Then we take it as a national issue.
Okay.
Said Emmanuel and Lynn and Crawford, both two parties. So make me a jaisa political football in the fight against Garamsey. Then we tackle it as a national issue. Okay.
Can we do that?
We can do it. We can. Oh, Stefa, me say let's psych our mind. Ni political card free. Ni enjoy say o by 9 months. O share your boss say o be A B C D. 9 months ni want me here. Me this our conversation. No someone say 8 years of MPP. Most more year day. So you're going to get me. Once upon a time, you're president or on crowd or in the presidency at also. And so I don't believe in the court tail end, who say idea no. And yet easy, sir. And the politics involved in the fight against Garamsey, no. Eso. Sefa. Say on mine a decree no state of emergency. If the president call our traditional rulers, sit them down and say, Nana, e wo mu say ya na lances wa. Obi di excavator ba asase so stop the person, assess it. Ne hu say adwuma nipa na ebe ye no ebe boa mo. Wo di tumi sha hemfo ne nsa ye be stop Garamsey.
Ye for 2 minutes sha hemfo ne nsa.
To almost they should be part of the fight. We will stop the Garamsey. So on hini bit me try ni krom ka say me prima me small chiefs wa wonim a wo di asase be mu obi a oba be Garamsey me tu ade so e ma ne ye adwuma de a why not the president ti ye di tumi ne ma ahemfo no say nana asase no e wo mu say egudie na wa asase na ase no e ye oman ne de ba asase no ye wo de wo na hye wo nsa ti say obi ba say me so o metu agudie na and call the person now monitor the activities of the person. Say any panel need proper documentation. Won't stop no. Say yes, is a utu amna one. kataso ansa no wakwa amra tua enipa ne ye no ankata so na stop no man go back to the pattern okay stop the galamsey fight long time but say the air say adani kokofo football we pass my way 8 years 4 years no we have a pass my way no apie no gina chire no ye dede say the manuel eti here obeye dede ena 9 months wo share boss say we fight galamsey wo share boss say wo the drones AI at the end there wonye manuel the question is obiti abonto obusa say 8 years oh yeah day well what time me at say mo 3 months ban on or 2 years ban on illegal mining general yes anything mo lift a ban no because say what say buregu wa man kokko a wa lock omo for 1 month obia dem ne kakri within 3 months ne yensu adani chokomilo 8 years who they call it was the same football game and into the fight against galamsey no until say menewo manuel the politicians nyina be best psyche your mind say let's remove the political engagement out of it. Let's handle it as national issues. Okay? See, the call as national issue to find solution to the fight against galamsey. It will go on. Galamsey, 8 years na start here. It has been there since 1836. Mm-hmm. And they started too. You started here galamsey and koli. We say enya mining koli. Since 1836. It was a form of punishment. We are born here near the work as koli. Now they are called blacksmith war. No more bonum they are kawa any near mama or in a form of punishment. And I graduated it was some years back to it was under control. Yet me a control or more koli illegal money because there was a 20 years, 25 years. Or my inquiry said anti be a friend. The galamsey or bani and say to this extent, distraction of to this extent. Yeah. Until some 2000 air ban. And some year who say, hey, Sadi never way, BB or honum. And to say the politicians, Edwom who realm being a bank rollers. Because boys no mugung remonde, we can offer na so ni na ibi wa kwhye tokrobim. Omo kwhye amranum be 1 month bi koli no munyo omo kakra. Then no more about. But until said the bank rollers, politicians in political colors, Edwom who ko realm no. So and a man here, a jeans. A once in a political games no start here. Because we all been tranka say all political parties in Ghana, they are part of galamsey. Because we who party chairman be na party na wa abemu wakwa or concession and also only concession kra wakwa battle be or concession or the party kala wakwa battle be almost omo ye legal small scale mining but fe do be hu no na a different thing omo ye and both the say Ghana the both big two parties any anymore though there are a lot of political parties omo nyina do omo hu awrem until say the politicians then let's handle the fight as a national issue, tackle it as a national issue, and face it with the reality at hand. But Omae will say, say me koye bone, the police ni bechemia. They hear say me share party wa bem. Say green, ma kwata green ho. Is a blue. A blue and ma kwata blue ho. Me say me MPP ni. And na obon say ban so we the media no. Oh, MPP organizing secretary of Mikron Prapra baby down Quanta. Yacheno. Yanka say Prince Kawunda or Prapra baby down Quanta Yachino near the party no. And abeta home. To both send a party head office, Afro police commander, or where the Esro, Yakola, Timon Shanamon Solve. Now, to command an assembly craba won't mean Kabi, because was a China party for Bebem, almost in a wabem. And it's galamsey fight there. Sefah, we need to look at the national. Let's focus it and see it as a national fight and move on it. We can compare the two political parties up and down. MPP at the end of the day, 8 years, who they call so will be 9 months. The question I also ask myself, Sefah, who the 8 years? Ebu Budayegu. O say 9 months, will be for 9 months. And pharmacy and then all the 8 years. Is possible? Let's give the person time. At least the current government have 4 years. The promise is a washishe nyina no 4 years, we will hold him accountable. And in the first 9 months, and then the promises are why we are marking it. The 120 days, or the bad on. You will do a kind and wait me 120 days. A boy man and boy man, yes. You have 4 years. You have so 4 years, they say, Usimuntem and Audruntem. Fine. 8 years, Musi Muntem, Mudri, other parties for Moye. Timomian focus on the fight against Galamsey. And if you compare this current administration, make us aware with the fight, immediate, policies or media are too feminine. We should not expect say the 2 are the first 3 days or 1 month issue your resource. Because the politician.
No one said 9 months is enough for say it be particularly in Yinsuya Nankazisi.
Sefah, Mr. I don't want to be part of the political games.
Okay.
So 9 months, and I'm say 8 years and 9 months. We share gap na eso. So but abanwe ebaye no. The approach towards Galamsey fight. Some of us from behind the scene, we see say well, what start to be yemfe ye nhwe. Enkodru baby ebedru. At least so only 2 years, which is 24 months. Ni ehwe na approach towards Galamsey fight no. Say your resource wa ye behu. Say embo anso a ye behu. By 9 months in the memesre, the 2 politicians say omunya ntoboase. Na at least with the man of 2 years on Galamsey promises. Ni share the results because 2 years na aka no untimi fanye bibia. By your first 2 years no, all what if implemented no. At least 2 years ni hu results e wo. Ti say results ne ba ne assess results na. Ene be me hu say o ampa. The obeye no at least why e be. Ena said the year con is a say no. Ya nhwe yi a ababia so no obetimi stop Galamsey. Ya nhwe yi a
Ade.
Sefah, Aden say the so-called party apparatchiks, both all political parties, mining. You and I, once upon a time, we attest to say Chinese ambassador crack actually say, Nikrum China form no. Omuni baby for proper bida kwanta mikrum. Wa mu ne kwa form ba. Ya na kwa form de ba. Ene ya aka se lead wo edo wo kɔ hɔ. Eni nti se China for ye Galamsey. Why na do wo buy? Ena me no nso ayete ye ni scare de to excavator.
David.
Well, ye adwuma sam ye ni fifire. Ye
me Bobby say uncle bo.
Aha, this say uncle bo ni Emmanuel na.
Mikrum was a good o.
Omo hwe no mo excavator so mo obi dia.
Mo ma bi.
Well, so mo we dia. So I say 3 days ago, me go fire aviation. Baby, I see yes, sir, 5 excavator go move 5 and 2 years.
Yeah.
We draw like a 5 pennies. No, so excavator so I find. And also say 2 years. So you don't want. Let's let the politicians. They can do all the politics, but when it comes to the fight against Galamsey, let's approach it as national issue. Near political currents and frame. I almost say if we take some drastic measures, but if we're going to approach it that way, Sefah, maybe I make a mistake, fight against Galamsey. We don't need to declare state of emergency. We don't need. Do you know why?
I didn't try.
The president is the commander-in-chief of Ghana Armed Forces. All Galamsey prone areas, we know where it is. We know region B, Galamsey B, all the region, almost all the region have military base. Fasa hono, command military commander on air one. It's an man 3 months. Say you should make so you should create OBN free fall so when you OBN free in so 3 months, 90 days, we'll see the change. Basa. One say if the military commander, I didn't tell Asra for Operation Galam Stop, Operation One Wine or Muntimi Jumano. Do you know why? Omukwa site, they come back and report to a politician. So they come back to report to a politician. But across 9 months, the order is 9 months is under the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Minister was said here, I'm not part of you guys again. Yape commander, military commander, and leader. Everything report to him. Or no, don't come and report to me. Report to CDS. CDS go and report to president.
Okay.
Okay, what will happen? Okay, everybody will go out of the forest. But say no, okwa the our forest one is green. I'm using green because green is power. Minister no so your report man no so green. To who say ni mi anda wo. To okwa ya no say your frame minister na. Omukwa your frame minister minua ade de na ya kan ifi asem. Yes munja munfiri na. Well, but if there's straight and direct order, say, minimum share, mokwa these simple rules do before complain, as we know at the barracks. Your commander have given you order. Fenipane bra, these the orders. Come and report back to your commander in chief, in charge. Commander in charge. For report my CDS. CDS, for commander in chief, which is the president.
Yeah.
The president is your boss. Corporate direct man. Kaki hu the ekoso. Ka party here sika. Be say your boa party ma. Kasa de ni nyina ketwem. Ketwem. But because there's no political will, because politicians no yetiti ye ho ene yesre. Ya na ye ade no. Ya sa be kasa say ye jai. Ti yetiti ye ho ayesre ni ntino. Yentimi oye ya ye soja no a pupupupupu dia sense egu ase ti esro ne der na ase edu so but if we approach it as national issue many penny bi di nkomo me mboni di but penny no obisa me say asamba ko obisa say me ba o mu say when you Africa kra we akwala there so when you Africa kra I saw some cool era of Ghana military era of Ghana so or since that time, ne garam say oh, but adena no money of forest reserves. Adena no money wonsu because there was discipline. So the power now of discipline and the political will, that's why we are appealing to all presidents, not President Mahama. Any president be Obeba say if we are serious to stop garam say gather and sell. If we are serious to stop it, there should be political will. And also the political way everybody is stopping no. Ye manus who are involved in it no. Yeah,
yeah.
And also that's
another big question. Because we two gold now every day be your 20,000 Ghana cedis.
Thank you. Ejuma ben obaya 20,000 Ghana cedis.
If you bet me in entry kakra.
And you that crow.
I say no.
And you that crow year 20. Oh, anything. Yes, I say I share that angle. Because the fight against the Ghana is a national security issue. Because we kwala ni nyina nso free nwura mu ho. No amfani a way of taking care of them or managing them a be disaster. So anything no you bet me I say one say emre be atwa mu you say the by community mining. I don't be anybody else na politicians no na say agiafa. So anything say bet me say the azoni or mining sector no. Na enkromumafo no omo involved in illegal mining no. Say bet me a group omo. Then we take them into proper mining training. Then they almost share big mining institutions no. Ase. So young fans say mimbo bia din say big mining institutions say yenimo. So ti say bia mikrom prapa be dan kwanta. So all the guys who are involved in it, young folk mun nyina together. They don't match a big mining institutions. Yeah, I catch them say whether you should employ them or mo concession na mo abandon mo use BM no. Mo twa baby mo na mo supervise wo so that they do proper mining. E no kra nto mo ye wi a mo kra mo betimi ato efru wo mo nche. Say the na mo so abeton ama gold board. And I say gold board will be there to guide them how to sell it. So then that this kind of ye tutu amna as a forest reserve. Sefah-Danquanh can say mention years back where they are short na me dey area. Now I was involved in timber. We have concession because a year we have timber concession. Ni etwadua ba ko a obekwa akotwe afi nwura anim ababeto ka kwa ho ansana tractor be left dey akoto timber car so no. Forest Commission for say ndua. Tu twadua ba ko obedua ndua be 50. Wow. Emo mumie yetimi ti uya se okotwadua ba ko pe no akọ forestry akọ jindua odi bedua abese because o betwe a obesendua. Oh, and of course by bedroom baby first ente ase but upon education education engagement no ultimate concession owners no ebeti ase so saade no kwa ye kwa na esa boa because me twadua ba kwa me say ndua bebre ba me dua bia acha na bia 20 years 50 years me sa ba me twesa bia no so ebe boa ye sa so na omo ye galamsey a omo running into our forest reserves so me, I don't want to go there. Who gave lances to them to go? I don't want to go there. Ebana is the same political thing, and we know whatever is going on in this country. So I don't want to go there. But say at least our forests. We need to protect our forests. We need to protect our forests. Now say in kakra sebe epetia na Ghana henyina edi entra.
See a bunny and ye
aside that and we are holding a two in Crofon fu I say no Yalia air bank and ye dim say. So Oka say, media mini garam say prone area and in Sino, what's in Krahan now we are body crow fear, assassino, chemicals a rasa simono, a fecho. See a bestre. We at the idea if that's the tree, no.
Yeah.
Me patcho between and your property and why if that's the I decided ebetu and penning for him say we need a political will. We should approach the Galamsey as the fight of Galamsey as national issue.
Me political.
No. The end a political ball, cocoa football ball. We move a ball in 8 years. We move born in 8 years. Ne ye ebimu gwa bonten. Mumbo ball ni fight no mu ya munjama yes we buy no. 9 months so musu jira bonten. So started the same day. But when we approach it the political way with the traditional leaders, my brother, busa won say identity voter esa Galamsey nkoso.
They're not.
Identity na nkoso.
This time ka uni baby anam.
So no, there's minerals there. Go there, see. Go there. Because they almost penny. God almost the black voter in here, you know. If you are coming to do proper mine, come and but come and dig and spoil their land. No. But say share
crackers on portable. And that dear obetimi about what is going on? Obi no obetimi akọ.
Eastern region adult society obi wo omunsu etre na omosanom ohene so ye bema wo de bra ho. See, if we leave our traditional leaders, send nana aban me ye de wo so na wote ho wo so ye wa afamu de na ye nyina yemfa ye ntuma mbom na yi saa yale na eba ye so no how na eba ye so no ye ntia ye ma no ye ntia the so called bank rollers no. Bank rollers in the EpaHoaDaben, they are politicians. The big wing of Galamsey, they are politicians. You can't take it from it. Though Ebia minim, say Ebia Manuel and I say Ankrebo, but they are politicians. Yes, because Manuel, I don't think say you have money or better excavator, be 50. And they are going now think that say Bim and Fanya Jumama. So, wow. But most of them, no, or they wear political colors. Obeko a party chairman or a bank or a party a bank roller. Ti akoba ye hwe nanuma chale we die
ono ana maybe
video ti mumia nka ofi eno ase be say munkoyi mu machine fi enwure mo kakra dede ne kwa na masako so eno na yese yetimi ehwe then but if it become the national approach now me know as a watchman no ye nam ho a ye hwe ne ehu se bibi kwaso a me ni say me free police and say military officer we a omo be ba be fight. But I say no friend now because well maybe me ni hwe kan ko hu minister and so friend na ye be ko no na ye party chairman bi emma na gu so we ye de ka kire o mo say party chairman so no so no de hwe party ma e wa ase ho. So I hope you getting what I'm trying to say. See, with the fight of Galamsey no until we decide as a nation to approach it, say, a national fight, but not political fight, or not a regime fight, or not manifesto fight, we can move way forward. By the usual blue and green,
Assemble.
You be 8 years, 16 years, but we'll be sitting here saying the same story, the same, we're repeating ourselves every day. 8 years ago, we were just hammering Manuel and then Crawford say they should declare state of emergency. 9 months, Manuel so asasana or say Bosumun declare state of emergency. You declare state of emergency. Will it solve the problem? Say no. It won't stop it.
Rakunda, me who say a year raw Parisian air frail. Catch your raw Parisian when you see it, catch them chiado. Now, me anyone come up. And me friend on fa. Ora, a year uncle. Uncle, me who watch it.
Michelle Charlie.
Oh,
yeah. Things will change.
Central region say.
Oh, where
Province on them ten and catch it.
Me catch a crab.
And one who say or share me status now say prof.
Okay. Me I'm so me in fact my letter can me and then I'm reason can make but me saw engagement after this particular program. Maybe unless it be after tomorrow na meeting me corona because no one come be say you gonna goody. As if I that's my meet prof Michao and I meet your man Penny Mahama. Na na be the Professor Jina no pokwa jema. Any party be free na me fanke in chairman. Na Sefah the can say maybe we count down. Didn't the
counter. Yeah.
So baby no koka blue and green. Sa perception and my problem guarantee sites. I can tell you, say majority of people make games on your party for. Majority of the any politicians. Me see one day me no be kwa chanting. No be kwa site bi. Senje say machine why you fin na who stickers na. Kamero be kono ko sticker na attempt say sticker we one sticker. Me tie interview be person be because your politicians who go catch for asama wa no kunya problem. And it be person me call too much. But Sefah ohin na wohin pani na okọ site no nim say ye guarantee ho no ana. Onim dare no nim. Onim ana. And na okọ ho so ye dey. Okọ friend of for na omo be hu. I don't want to go there. This is the problem we are having in this country. Okay? I am from be wa site be yomo dia. Go to Asante region. Go to Asante region. Me person me call. So fight now. Who say the other question?
But uncle, we need to speak.
And ama ye blame MPP. Ye blame this now. Man for take advantage. And na omo ye no omo person omo ye no. Obi ka che o say ye tu ko no nya we enya no credit I can tell you. Unless e be koko no ye no. E bia obi koko no de amane so onye ne nche. But so no koko a wadua. There's no way be to have to go kwam say no can tell that. Enya no credit I can tell you on authority. Enya no credit.
So to one obi aba be
so be do enya no credit. One man to no man no. What happens? I'm telling you. I am telling you. I am telling you on authority say. I know why I'm saying this. There's no land obi akwaje anyo obi asase where the man da. Oh yet I'm saying be ni wo. Like I'm saying unless e bia asase nipa na otiso na nya ne dia. Ebi obi dia na. Yes.
Yomienche.
And ebi akọ asase ni wura dia akọ obi. But apart from that, obi antimi nka say ye ne koku amagram so nya awe nya ne kure. They sell it themselves. One problem I won say ye nya okuku. Won say last time I say we obi ye koko we no.
Yeah.
One problem person koko for person mechanic say. Now, ye papa mu dia koko no, wo mu do koko no.
Yeah.
And now wo mu dia do abokoko na ma do dey affect koko no. Me koko no iwu. Nso hwe na koko no iwu na say security onyo nya na what asase na magam say for.
Near Juru Coco.
Of course I'm telling you.
Near the year Coco assassin is see the two galam say.
Galam say fight no. E be ye di na Manuel ka say ba o me ka say obi o ko ka say wo mu ni be go di si be o mo boa. Omo me gam say ni be go do wo. Asase dey ni say unsa asase no wutu wash here you will not get the same volume of sand and for replace.
Yeah.
Because what wash it
yeah.
And that is why they live. Yes. Anytime man live am man. And then I'm going to kasa to kwa baby o weekend within a week. No say dey nti na mo ye gram say we kwa abranto mo kata so. Another asema ni paka am say nsase we from where we bo abufu because oto na sase na e bia 1 acre dem 50,000. No gen say so be ma scan bi na nka we are there we dey temba sase na no wa just scan na wadi nti we obafu we wi a na wo so gira sase to na ko baby. That is the problem. Galam say those areas say Galam say na no titiri na ho. But then the population was no huge as today because Saturday Galam population say. Because for send no more Galam say. And you will not get the impact
Now that the population of the country is increasing, I can tell you on authority say, hey, I deal with you. The best I say, yeah, say now, on my pedica, I say, one more by cooperative mind. And look, I have problem with it. Because the last time
you have problem with the cooperative mining.
Yes. The last time we see a penny or that, no, see, one more by a normally I share. Me fan say, sponsors and sa. So, okay, so me sponsor. Me fan say, what? If you have one hour, mine hour scar. Near the show, Santa will employ boys. The boys will never do it. Because on what I know, cook, Galaxy site, Tesco Benyano, will be employed on no man as I join it. And to me, dear, the people say, Omo say, corporate mining, fine. Me fan say, corporate farming, our year. And 2% we a farmer, then you come together. If I'm 15, no more register, most of we are corporate farmers. Then you do your farming, I'm serious, no. So boys pay 50, you register all of them into one umbrella. Okay, we are corporate miners. Until you see how we are Germany. Because farmers, the landowner will sell the land to them. Until motor assassin, then you register. Why register in panel? Who register every this is piano. Say you this assembly, baby, and we are say, wow, this assembly anymore. So this assembly room, okay, you committee members, assembly members. Until the assembly members should monitor the activities of the people. But pass also pump for everything and yet that. And this corporate miners, so much yes, almost so bad them before then, and yet you might go send before the year. No, we are no party before the normal lady. Enti Akolana, or no, or a gram said I would have been so away Penitentiano, on the scale of obedience to company. Who man said those areas, boys, we are no gram saying, come and see. And that is confirmed, gram saying no gram, they can't stop it. If I tell no more people, good sight at the moment, tell you, you'll be shocked. We cannot stop gram, so I'm telling you. The best thing is a young government penny himself, boss, or Dick, kind of say. Or bet some crown by fast fire, beg him, saying, soon come, Moyano. If I was your ha, or mobile chemicals, if you have found the good in Sudanati. Now, what pumping the other side? Next, I go into water bodies. Because I can't say you go for in every site. A dear man go away. Obia, what to get say, when who's Cassiano, or beg me on 1,000, 2,000 crowns, or better than convert them on things. And I know I say security issues. Because Oma will be say you go for in every one at a Gua and also the problem member. And also, Sefah, Saturday, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit at the for the conference side. In go from Korea Operation Vanguard,
Galamstop.
It's not because of the politicians in dinner. They go and extort money from people. Messi with the young first with free and go 2 weeks. They'll become friends with the people that Gamsians, no. And then they will start influence them. Who told you this? All those no we are yet fitting collaborate more. Me see, me why says no you could to Gamsi or could yow. You why not see so therefore banning Johnny. Yeah, they are fighting something now. I am fighting. So the best thing to do is to put the people on never the end from young man. Because I know that I was telling you say baby Bianca's a good one who be going. It's the best of me. So we don't come see assassin. Maybe after 1 or 2 years, so maybe they me. Because all those areas now, I'm saying one majority of areas here, swampy areas are could go home. Maybe I didn't go away. And they have to every community. Community be register mo for bin to o manu se mu na wo de wo site ni but e na mo ye no mo ye wi obi ankota ne de so nsuo no so na mo twe no ma mo wo side ne nkoto nsuo na da ho ne mu abura ne mu ntwa am na o ba bi na mo so wesu water mbegu anum na mo san enfa nsuo no ko back san ko wash because gold you don't need clean water to wash gold. Every water can wash good. Because gold no unse no me bebre why perception about for creative about for adwin say good for the mercury gu nsuo mu na mercury no unim ne bo mercury no unim ne bo because to mercury de gu nsuo mu what they do ne say some was go no wo share we a omo ade be say pampan small one bi na aka say say omo wo share the car say na no the mercury na so so that by gather go no ade ni mu yes omo mercury na ko gu nsuo mu akọ no we don't do things like that. This is not mean education. I say in Ghana 40 years. People are taking advantage of gramsation and doing. They don't know because I'm saying. And the tomatoes about going to 3 days now. I say because of Ghana. I mean how? People are using chemical to grow their tomatoes and other things. Tomatoes are green. Normally chemical good to that break. Now the big government say also mean the gram say Uko go money na almost tomatoes to me say within 3 days. I want to guarantee on. Uko is the brew woman to guarantee tomatoes. What about just arasi? All because chemicals are for the piano man. And no count I said no man. And to me guarantee the course I'm telling you, let me see. This week, baby, I'm a real way. Maybe I will say no, this thing they can't stop it. If I tell the youth, I'm going to be big, excavate the best 10 one side to where you oh Charlie, too much. So therefore, don't qua, Messiah 3 days. I need a day. Do you know why they do them?
But the president explained is that
money.
The president said no money do money.
I'm not doing count. What is the president like I said? Almost start money. You can't say that. You can't say that. That's one thing that Yami video can say. Go following him division between the legal money and illegal money. That is not the issue. The issue that people were extorting monies. You think the firm of excavator. You to the do secret. They are getting 50,000 near return back. What are you saying? Messi, one pa monfa. Go follow cry, media for cry, and I'm telling you, sir, some of the places say media for no count. But when they go, they also when they take them, they say they give them the but Papa Radio to abide it. We are just making noise in a crowd. If you like,
we are just making noise in a crowd.
I'm telling you
about the fight against illegal small-scale mining.
Just go there and see what is happening. Mr. Galan say no government. Yenjaya politics the way I'm saying, and no affected because me see, and na baby I say site now. Obviously, any social also you see all those gams areas when they MPP strong. So what are you talking about? Yes. Who quite shanty with Dominia Gam take away MPP strong. Uko isi uja MPP stronghold. Apart from if I say Western of now, but Central baby Central region, baby I can tell when I stronghold. A areas. I'm telling you, a areas, Dungu areas, all those areas are all those MPP stronghold. I'm telling you, sir. That's what I'm saying, sir. Don't limit Gamse to political parties. But majority of them go Messi NDC for be and your politics. I'm telling you. And then I won't say and I'm smooth. You understand? By me, I've been a program for several years. I've told you, sir, me, when it comes to the issue of Galamsey, my stand is one. Because it's not something that somebody can stop it. You can't stop Galamsey. You can't stop Galamsey. Say, yeah, but you're into Galamsey. No more,
Yama buying idea, because
no more crumble fast one. On between that same of phone, Mamma, Jumana, and sends you, and says, that is always what I see. For sacking them from the site, what are they going to do? Those areas, factory new work, because all those areas of the would therefore and to those areas, remember me. They are also Ghanaians. They have to survive. Intermediate, they should teach them how to do the thing and sense you and sense us. That's the only thing I always say. You cannot stop them. Masa, a lot of conform industry, many package. Me say majority of the politicians, if you cry, I am for. Be in seven me say I am for the young person go one go problem. So person me come on seven me see one day me no be ko baby. Na ma ko cho. Omo machines right why you think say who stick an ye. Bambachin ba first. Na sani pa no wakofa we ko fon so mo ye adwuma man no wakofa togo fo. Burkina Faso nto omo ntitwi wo ko on tikasa. Na waka cho sa se mesidia. Masa jai.
Happy 90.9 FM. Yesinipi wa ha.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Do the money very honest to us. Nye hwese dey na besi after nkofo na besana na no. Dey na besi wo.
Bianzi. When did you hear?
No, because I'm saying you politicians do papa we do what kind of France. But I can't be answer. In the end, when I can say baby I am safe for a one and pay for any movie. In South me see illegal man you concession. Illegal so many concession. Oh no me fans obi o ha me fans o ha. I say assess your rent you or also tell assess me the amount 40,000 50,000 1 acre beji the 10 acres no ato many pa no no agini sika nti e bia o ho ana bia odiko so okro boga so ne chale so da assess ma dia me na me na na hanti betu nsira me ko bo so mpa ma ko bo so mpa ma so na be ya wo ya why dem because he believe say good no say ye sacrifice by
yeah.
utu aba ngwada enti do mala ko tin dem fan ko politicians do ene na ma unte Ghana no bibia ye ya na politicians ti obi ti adwuma mu na o this guy or buy from na dey akwache politician no because on when bibia share ho anti bone na odin dey obi afara bi so no edi bone ene na ku o men enja say the politics be gura bibia mu
Uncle I want to say happy 98.9 FM and also to enjoy the EpaHoaDaben Danube say men can just come and enjoy incredible 50% discount from the Danube Hope select from a range of premium home products across board. It's a perfect opportunity to elevate your living space with top quality furniture, decor, and appliances at unbeatable prices. My main car say this exclusive deal won't last that long. So, brah, na be here going to see her. A Belling Pet Junction opposite Allied Height. To beat me a friend 0509 403664. Danube Home, your ultimate destination for transforming houses into a beautiful home. Michelle, don't miss this opportunity. The 14th Ghana Economic Forum, Ghana's most influential platform for economic dialogue and policy action. So 28th of October 2025 at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. 300 leaders from government, business, diplomacy, and development will gather under the theme Currency Stability, a Reset for Sustainable Economic Growth. This year's forum will feature powerful plenary sessions on 1. Strengthening the economy and finance, unlocking energy and renewable solutions, and transforming agriculture and its value chains. And expect to say there will be bold conversations, actionable strategies, and high-level networking that will shape Ghana's industrial future. The 2025 Ghana Economic Forum, the 14th edition, is powered by Business and Financial Times with support from our valued partners and sponsors, including Bank of Ghana, Fidelity Bank, KPMG Ghana, Arthur Energy Advisors, Ola Magri, the Bank Hospital, Metro TV, Asasi TV, TV3 Joy FM, City FM, Channel 1 Television, and Happy 98.9 FM. Don't miss this a defining national conversation. Obetimi afre sebi episode partner and as episode sponsor the event 0244 689 and 0209 457 427. Call Abefontin www.ghanaeconomicforum.com. The 14th Ghana Economic Forum, where Ghana's future takes shape. Ghana's future taking shape. Nina jina suku and sense. Ode enko school sense. But at for nkwara post you on ediomo ko say go for 12 solid months, about 1 year so salary on sankai. And nurses also staged a demonstration. And junior doctors and say they'll be withdrawing their services by 7th of October 2025. What is going on, Manuel?
I can't say nanka we dey kan klebo so on the free abemu. No me because na ka yentie mfi na mu.
Na Uncle William dey am. Manuel that's what I mean.
So for mam santi asema ku for tell. Who say na Manuel me ba na san ka say. Anado e ba ne garam say for. Ba ne garam say for 2 years. Na 2 years who say nsu bi anything.
Is there some people say? Na so to say people say. Some people say.
Omom enka say anyway, ntem ka sa no na ma ye bedu be be no. So na ma ye do be be do because those times are yes here Banigam say 2 years Gam was still going on at some places. Where some of the excavator na me be can want to. Omo just excavator no nkra ha. Na da man go for bi o sefi. No painting fufu. Asa no ma. And that there omo the trackers abubum. Internet you can't do that. Me see. Obi frame so Charlie. Your time, let's say you say the encourage the agent simple. Me pocho, me they am not interested in go for obi excavator. On what time you could see me encourage. Now office empe akwe. Na nua am ko gina konya queen. Make a miracle ko yes ade we. 2021 the same thing sad na ntu can offend them. What's the deca? Baby am go ja picture twa ande no. Okucha sa picture na am by the same thing am go ja as a super team go ja 2021 the same color of the picture na da ho. Me propaganda. Yanko bibi
Akwara nso mo po musika.
Akwara nso po ka say ye buy no. Ye buy no. Ye ka say go be a farm time me fan say somewhere no ve ma dey buy ka say go for ye do am service because there was no provision for salary.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
Nti ade no musune. Say kama omo chance say. Ye farm no aban bia be fe nipa. Onya financial clearance because on say aban me budget no. Me do watch him say be fe nipa 1,000, me timi 20,000 ka. Na ma fa. Na so wan fa anche o budget mi. Na so ko fe nipa na, yin fa na we face aban face ka dey to omka. Ye ba ye ka say ye din kofo because na me dey e no na esin de no. Nti say aban no say sia mo ko na aban ka chom say next year budget ye do mo cha yes no kai na yes no ka chom. And that's it because can you yes na that's what I'm saying nti hunim mo no de bia mo fi aban mu am create problem by the next government. Hwe kufuo be fi aban no okọ implement
single span salary.
And be ye problem party ma the next government. And na mo ko aka just 1 month mo ya beto about Bank of Ghana come for nipa over more than 200. Bank of Ghana go more than 200 people. What do you want mo yede? So I see. Mo ba man fan of necessity of we aka 1 year mo ba ko na mo fa me see. No mo see we MPA. No mo years tension bo mo jagidi so no person mo ya no mo fan of oguma so no mako. I wouldn't say we ska wo be tia ba wo be tia go for nika. Enti me de I dey say that my teacher for any next for say. Enya ba we mfum so say yenti omka. Nti say adena budget ni ho a omo nya financial clearance amfa mo. Nti budget ni wa na be omka. Nti abana so mbo say nyame ya aduma this year your budget e be yi.
But you prepared a budget for 2025.
What say?
Well, yeah, budget for 2025 fiscal year.
Yeah, budget for 2025.
Yeah, 2025 fiscal year. The media, you presented a budget in 2025.
And that's getting new.
In March of
2025. Because I see financial clearance. I say we answer. I buy no see. Me was because me was okay more 2 million. Into 50 million. In fact, 1 million call for salary.
Yeah.
Now me dey budget. But me need 2 million. I made 100 million because salary. Me go budgeting. Until the money was not there for it to be put into the budget. That is why you fancy budgeting. Until fear na ye pay sky dey to omka. Omunya abotre. What nkofo be am person me bon nkofo bi di. MMDCs. Uko even ministers. And we know because minister oba en choko be say minister Tanika. Obeka so minister dey incentive be unya. Fine. We pay na ye odia e dey ai baba. Ebomu e baba na bem ko and single spine by bom say obi ni pay ni ba o so no pay we nya media. O si pay we nya media o. Ade wo my mistake. Nti omunya abotre. Nyame ya adoma. 2025 2026 budget e do mo besim. Na ye tuomka. Omo sika na aka mu na be bom bok na bed am. When you grab mo. Nti omo sacrifice kakra because nya abai inform
so from now up until time we to akan what should he do?
Yankopon be kan nipa. Of course yes. Now buy anything. So because you see and say skin you be tell nipa ka. Se family fan say but se family about into which way. Say to be akra na to be am hasi. E bit ma kama be for 5 months. Be dey when it does say baba. Because the first say mba nje say mba. So that say nti enia na aban say si ahwo kire o skin wo. So that time na ye farm no nti na aban bia nti make say Ghana no. Ye dey bia no say because of politics. You because so unemployment nti na aban force wa kofa nipa o ntimi ntu amka. And nti ya dey bia that's why main reason why dey bia no ya na IMF on be mu na aban no bebre because IMF nim say who produce 100. You can't employ nipa who ntimi nya size kan fantu amka. You can't do that. And see you just politics yes I no man say because nkofo gu nti population need the way economy dey bia who say nti na abrofo no omo awo no ya na omo di number be too because they don't want the population to escalate own resources in kita for the people. You understand? But here no I want a cost sa na increase here to affect them say side. Increase here to affect worker salary. Nti me say a teacher for no
teachers, nurses,
for no
junior doctors.
Abana says ya ho kira kra ho. Yami aduma omu so peska this 2026 budget you don't be him no bia nsa kan sika obi anu a waye adwuma ne sika be kama yen tuaneka obi sika be tuama ebi mpo a sika bomba kra na obetimi da ya de kasi bia abeso ni ntimi de kakra meka fa ho.
Amana wasi anglebo kasama for edma the National Democratic Congress oko election directorate ewo
I say ba say 9 months.
Busumi nko. Busumi do. Busumi do. Busumi say 12 months. Yeah.
12 10 years now. What if you There's a ban on when Piazza Oko. A farm no beko. Of no farm when
so the teacher for will be somewhere around October, November.
Yes, and when Jom can go.
Yeah.
So next can go guys and go Jom card advise me ko. So you so go to kwaya o jare mo fi o mi can go ma so me ma. Me say we go windi akopita ma. Mesaba. Enti then guys can was go be Jom go san go ako. Enti now be dey say dey. Who be dey abeka dey. Who for now ska wa went to be. Sanke 9 months people into ka so you buy 9 months in Jom ka. But say 10 man na say abandon and now to mu so went to be ka. And e be abeka ho. Enti who beka dey.
Mano, mami tiwe.
Say family that say. O say asemo o akle wele kasa mi edi.
Only from ona one from.
People on.
Akle from.
Aza hwe. Esa enemy. We kasa nyina na ma edin na military. Aya na ye police enim se nkofo no mti se fa jam mo le kasa ni.
Akle wo de janu man kasa. Mano kasa.
See family that say. No be kare. Na me the pan say o wie no or conclude with the calculation. Say teachers for say nurses for say 10 months.
Yeah, 10 months. Teachers for say 12 months.
Thank you.
So 1 year.
And that means within 1 year, you can say, yeah, none of the omoka 2 months and 3 months.
It'll be 3 months.
3 months.
3 months, yes. 3 months for teachers, 1 month for nurses.
And I'm buy within 9 months. And when your mind be tia cry. Wow, what's a hack catch say? Yeah, mom, near any financial clearance.
As I do say.
Thank you. Not any financial clearance, any form. That's what Uncle Ibu said.
Yeah.
Ain't he obi any financial clearance, any form, no, and I will pile here to your. Are you serious? Financial clearance, ni ya form, and I'm wabe to your. That means you are asama wuke, we need asama worker. Because once there is no financial clearance to employ, there is no document say I employ you. And so then why do you still pay them? So is it that you don't know or you what baby who are just the normal propaganda? Yeah, not financial clearance or yeah form. So muti di say na can was say employ your ma buy some of among crofo. Mo sakin crofo bebre. Mo ni sika mo di be tuo mo na mo kan kire mo. What that's what nanes ba ko kra ka. Say when this car would be I don't know fire. The way you cancel the what's it uncrophobia or ye wini and I ye kwa battle and before I be form. One can say ye two about the way you ye kwa battle and ye form. Miss Reo a government. How many years? And I was say what's in a bemu. And 4 years.
4.
And the umre ye John Dramani Mahama. Or your lose a buying and increase NSS allowance. What do you say? Now we lose election and no increase NSS allowance. Are there now 4 years and not see a bemu why increase or try or lose election and no increase NSS allowance. Ye buy ye because John Mahama and the increase yenti ye buy yentia. Ye nim say a member a idea be a twaso. Ye buy ye. Increments no increase here by a betwaso. Ye free mukraisa increase here. That's what you need to know. A member a idea ye and twaso. Enti obiaba na nurse for within the tenure of office of a president. Omanya financial clearance amikai in 2023. The same period and a financial clearance by it was between September, October 2023. And a financial clearance by IFA 2023. Yeah, employee nurses, that same period. It is said a year out of kind of saying politics. And yeah. Say na previous intake ni na nanka was saying who say around January and then one year. But there be within the time frame or man penny buni mine. And you have financial clearance or the far uncrofo. Felix of Osukwache. After my lose election, I'm more appointed Auditor General. More appointed strat boss. What was his defense? Ose Mampeni Bia, you have 4 years. Now, time I umre every year is the eve of the Ababeswe in. And within that particular eve, no, you can take a decision. So it shouldn't be an excuse. Say, ye babe to abana mo form. Ade omunya Ghana for. Omu deserve so omunya adwuma. Ye for mo a wo ti di say financial clearance buy anyway. O ba de no wan twem say na wo twa nkrofo di mu. Financial muske ni ho ba monya sika editua ye ka ne sen ministers. Monya sika editua CEOs. Mweti me allocate more than 2 million at the amount gold board. First, yeah, I buy and chase can from a gold board so Fangoto. You can say that was from PMMC. You chase can man so Fangoto gold. I guess I'm not buying here. But this year, much chase the amount over 2 million. The amount is Fangoto gold. Thank you. It's what you mean, yes, allocate this the amount gold board. I didn't any home. What me allocate this the amount. What me say? What me a pompe? $1.4 billion at the good economy because you want to stabilize the city for a few months. What means idea when and you were not able to budget for nurses and you can't say doctors. I think that we should be serious with these people. Make up a scene, maybe say this one is not about MPP and DC. It's about a minor because every time be able say na nurse bi wo ho na teacher bi wo ho na oye adwuma mpempen so bi na o se metu afiko no akokro foforo so ekoye adwuma. Then some of them cry o man sponsor omo na omo de omo etuka akwakosia nimdie akonya nimdie omo ba unu se ukọ esa de na woni a o man no bond bi they don't even serve the bond and they go when there is an opportunity. Why? Because omo condition of service e okrom ha enye. And away, baby, I'm not saying for MPP and I say NDC. As a country, we are not treating our nurses well. We are not treating our teachers well. Because we share the condition of service. We share busumi bia ahia onya. E share you can say a life that the person share when we treat them as essential workers. A bit more minor.
But they are essential workers. Nurses are. Nurses and doctors are.
I'm not saying they are not, but I'm saying we are not treating them. We call them essential workers. But we are not treating them as such as a nation. We are not. Because a nurse ni, but could be also a pantai. Oye jmo kwelebu. And opebia ne transportation 40-something cedis. No afano about besiako. No assassin in and out. Just calculate at the end of the month. And then for 10 good months, onya salary. Because and Papa Mana was abandoned on the foul. At the abandoned on the foul, of our winter 3 months. It was been 9 months and yes, chain next month. You do better budget. Are we serious as a nation? Are we serious as a nation? If Naka were under MPP Krananka, Obi, Edbe Dinas, Fidio Subeka, same bitre, nurses, nitizens, I also speak against the person. Because Yan was a nation. Yan was a nation, Sefa. These people should be treated as a dear demo. Teachers, omo na mma o manim die o. Omo e na omema no, omo de bon se oba trima corona bon. Corona be bon forever. And we should treat them as such. Ube no omo so awie. For some when him say abanfo froba. After I think it is just 3 months or so. No ma your omo krata bibie no ya say otu omo. Mebo am. That mean I do salary.
No.
Why am I appointment on Besoka? Within a few months, near your documentation say we. Now, yes, I say you to it doesn't take 1 year. Recently, I'm a penika say after your my own baby, they not say what contribute some skebiama FNC. Yes, so don't come and say 1 year. It's not 1 year, please. And the 1 year, in this 6 months, you promote me, Yamaga, I bind you my F4. Ministers start drawing their money. Look at that, like government appointees. Their company are poor. Manusi, who shall be Muso Mutu, one said maybe also a Bimukrajis Katkras ministers. Well, it is 100 nurses for one, teachers 101. Oh, your young people are your teachers and nurses are taking say. Your teachers and nurses go to a better and a review. Your want it. Nurse your cat. Nurse your cat. I can't contact you. nursing training college any university nothing to my catch on say munjarika. I mean Messi eno asase me dey fato nche eno is between eno is between way
30 seconds wrap it up now.
30 seconds me wrap. Oh, one day
only from
Sefah dem me mesra ban dey say asema yewra eti what asema oka asema Klebo meka na omate say Klebo say wontu omoka na be mo omato eti omo a you Sefah yesra ban no see next or see the best the next budget me to me as a nation NDC and NPP as a nation we've not treated these people well.
Okay,
we should revise our notes and then start treating them as essential workers. They be here from me that say.
All right, I mean ko Kaunda, Prince Kaunda. Oh yes, I move forward the inquiry the workers. I know the Oton why didn't wait MVP and DC no. Is he in Tiaka? In Tianko Danica. In Tianko Danica. Uncle.
Oh, yeah, my wow. Am I a drew baby a drew because of Mimi anyway. Uncle Bonnie Manuel. Or Muntini a drew baby a dream. Sefah, or my woman. I say it to me a transit. Our transition laws, we should revisit it.
Okay.
Near the Kota Bishemu say, a ban biano, election year, 6 months within that year, men for nipa. Don't employ.
Young go back to our transition laws.
Yes. I won't say, my woman, party be free air co election, and I'm so open voting, or found for good. Government sector. Or to me found Crawford without clearance. What form your man Crawford Juma just because thinking say you better have a man. Na ekoba na ya antu Lucia. When some Crawford ye pure mogumi na no mabe hange. The same thing has happened previous years. Akwaba ekoba and I be able to yemi anime. Yemi anime omo demanding for more salary. So no more politics. The truth is, no money financial clearance. They were not having financial clearance.
But they catch them say a form.
You catch them say a form. Ebi mu cry any appointment letter. Ebi mu ni staff number.
Yes.
And to say recently no more yes say. Yes, omu ni staff number.
Yes. I have about Prince. I have about a year. It say 12 or 13 minimum. O ma catch me. Mabusomo, do you have your staff number?
ID.
Do you have because Ansana control a bit you need all of these things to Ansana control a bit but say only appointment letter. How do you get a staff ID from a Ghana Education Service? But they are in the schools teaching. Under the assumption that
we regularize them.
And I don't want to mention them because
financial clearance.
I don't make a say.
No, but only
but Manuel,
teachers. You suck teachers. Why
Manuel Jai. Uncle Bujai. Prince, to
Chief of Staff letter nearby. Say all those who were employed before December, after December 7th.
Yeah.
So letter no. Though people miscommunicated it. One say they record the teachers back. Say then obianfa the documentation. Embra.
Yes.
That's where Ombe say you found Crawford ya post you much dear.
Yeah.
Almost schools.
Yes.
Dear.
Yes.
We all me fear more 10. Or more the same issue.
Yeah.
And then minya soto minya ason.
You
because the things I can use my affiliation to lobby. I'm catching them say the nipa ko farm no. There are necessary things I so there. Oh yeah. One yeah. Ti akwa kwesa abawe omo ba ye na ye koye say dia. Let's find a way of giving them clearance, getting them staff number, and a koye up and down near you, and a air core air ba. Ti ye besra ban. Washebo. Say next year or the ombekan the budget. Or the ombekan or the ombekan the budget. So And if you ever say, the work can or absorb your number because there's a huge bylaw. One teachers for any nurse for a year comma same. It be a 2022 for 2023 for 2024 for it will create 2021. Back years for no so what fair na almost will go through the system. Because I say Obi by me say we school in post you. No me say we school here. Also we 2023 I'm see you. The son is a call in omo institution be body. The person there was kind enough. Tell me say onu we 2023. I think he posted 2024. Oh quite what? 2020. I think he am clearance for 2020.
From 2012 they started say delay.
So
from John or say okay man I want you to understand they say 2012
the person was kind enough to pull out documents and show me say clearance na abano 2024. I think he posted 2024 to 2021 2022 till 2023 so you have some 3 years or 4 years to your mom pay clearance and blind tentem so but when baby akwa kodro no yenya absorb you into the system without documentation yent me ka so mo nko tran fie ti e be catch the best friend say best aban any the institutions the ministries and say omo fast track omo ne mantem and I said the finance minister assure omo boy say in the next budget no they will consider omo do omo be shame no not omo ndi so emaye because epo omo start teaching yes Sefah oh unim so unu teacher ni unim so burden so ate oh no afro so oh bra oh bra oh beti we bra be 10 no on ka asem no nya bra oh bra there so wa baby offer mayo offer obo say oh just start to offer that one say o pa asem aka bo ntimi nka so be sra ban enye esi ni de ye den ya we should find solution to it then we as I say our transition act no we should revisit near family be sure say 4 years ni dunia election year no aban your ebia that year kra no men fight workers no akwa fa backlog be the gu ho can say the next government and member absorb we mo there be no we can do it so that we can remove that political thing out of it
so the because employment no
that political employment can stop because abambia 4 years you say 2028 you be election obehu new faces are omoko system ni omeko system ni obi be adwuma 6 months ni entua na ka ya fa no so this abani change the next government no obeba no o na eso be absorb no
because
una eso be absorb bon una obeba we can amend it we are working on our constitution you bet me say the 6 months to election and you can also offer work
into the public sector.
So it should be in the constitution.
Yes.
But not in the
because a transition law, no, we can do it. So, even if the transitional law, no, we can amend it.
If it does not contravene
anything in the constitution.
It will contravene because it will limit the president.
How is it going to limit the president? How is it going to limit the president?
The constitution is there for us. And idea emboye no. Adetin the entrance to revisit. Ebi na mo the problem abane. Previous government did it. The problem blame. No so mo boss. Mobile Sefah, let me tell you something. Mobile I know people 2016 they were from Bank of Ghana. Mube you nyina free. But my two brothers, one is an MP now. Okay?
You produce
senior. One is my, and I will mention his name. I will mention him. Isa Sanaru MP. He was working at Bank of Ghana 2016. Mube say you no man be train fee. So MP. I've mentioned name. Ataisa. I've mentioned name. Razak Abdallah, controller. You know Razak. I know those I know who are close to me. I'm talking about those
political appointments.
No, I'm taking. Senita make us say
political appointment.
And your political appointment.
Massacre directors.
No, it's not a political appointment. may catch him say the system.
Director.
Oh, yeah, Ataisa.
Oh, yeah,
NDC for Pamu directors. So, Pamu directors, Papa.
Manuel, don't misquote to me. Eh? Ataisa got his employment. Ataisa had his. He was employed at Bank of Ghana, 2016, somewhere July. 20 July.
Pachon meeting.
Ataisa was appointed to Bank of Ghana somewhere 20 July 2016 year election. Emani year Juma from July to January. Mube yi no said that the period they define was election there and move yi no mani be. And I've mentioned the name. He's an MP now, so you can trace it and find out.
A social issue. So sorry.
I've mentioned those who are close to me. There are thousands of them. Maybe a minimum by me, and I've mentioned a name. He's a parliamentarian who MP for Sanaru. He's a brother and he's a parliamentarian. This is what happened to him. You can find out. So, a question: how can we stop that thing? It's not political appointment. He got up to now. The copy of
so you produce it.
Appointment letter is still there. But
so you produce it, sir. Political appointment.
The period that he was employed, because Ataisa was known as why 10 president Legon. Because he was known as 10 president, and it happened within 2016. I'm an appointment. It was a political influence. So that's why I'm saying he say, "Esa o mine yet me trust in here say, okay, party be obewos biano." And I'm sab for the saying say, "Eba 6 months to the election. No, men for obia, men for obia. Then vote
job for the boys.
Joy for the boys.
Because you won't vote.
Job for vote. There be men for obia. Tie na ban say una obekwa. Okwa aban for from the bar. Then no abe open, no abe financial crime, no abe open the abe open space for employment. Fine, but okay. Yes, say who gum wie na aban ne ba be if eba na de bia eba aban no obeba no. No aye handicap. Akwa so oba aye no. Eka da ho a oni mo hwe. Tie so okopeska betua. So no pesca. So that has happened to these our sisters and brothers in the teaching and the medical field. But we still pleading say esiewi way forward. Ti e be sra ban. Ye ne ma. Ye ne nanamo. Omo hweye na said ye the medical absorb ye. Ye dika quarantine and dying ye you e won kra say ye kira de. Ye ntimi njai metena fie. Ti said ye be ye bia on be regularize ye. They should regularize. And I so ye be said ye aka obi ka ye nya intubase for 9 to 1 year. Ye be gu so nya etwen honhom by ye power match say they should fast track things quick for us. Yeah,
and engine education. So because the course within this week at a for this one, if you're going to use 33 minutes to talk about the issue, at a form you know, and a Ghana Education Service, I suspend you all because I know what's right.
Why are you going to appoint?
All because the Omu Eshi. Maybe they may bad the anchor by this anchor BBC. But that's a majama. I mean, I say, Prince, I mean, I say, I said, my uncle, where in your politics, yeah.
Sefah, the truth is, or mine, no, you do baby, the art of indiscipline, adoso. Adoso, pa. Can I say, maybe I need a school. 5, 6 form, you know, do school board open who about crowd, crowd, say, we see near crowd. Because I remember 87, we were 4, 5. We will be seeing about the saying, Peter say, hey, you know, Papa, but the echo say, to be honest, none of parents being no expected say certain will happen. Because you know, the embark go school, and you see the embark share. Discipline peniful being sad. You are a regime say there are certain things we don't expect from them.
Yeah.
Well, te ba say no. Yeah. Nwanwa. Akwesa me say nyame and but ama it has tell me say so is that how because our education system no. That's where we need to revisit the discipline aspect of both the authorities and the students. Because if young side students, I don't think they should be up to 18. I don't think. Yeah, the KUST.
A grandpa want to do 19 years.
We did 19 years.
Yes.
No, we did 19 years. Sebi. And into while to Odia to say on Yakwara, Wason to Wason. And into no. So we did 19 years. Yes, you can do your thing, but not with your headmaster. No, one say the issue here is not he dating the man. The issue here is not he dating the man, but the issue is he and the headmaster, because the man is an assistant headmaster and a student, and the issue, no, they doing whatever it is. That's the issue here. There be one say. I didn't say. One say you will be penning for a dating quara. One penning for a dating quara. And I call it dating penny. The people are the issue they are looking at. It's not about they dating, but it's about the sector,
the authority and the power dynamics.
You have to say in the military, senior officer cannot marry junior officer. Do you know the reason?
No.
Because you're a senior officer. More officers mess. Junior officer no oyere ekohwa officers owo nyina no esole salute no or they look at her say omoyere no
yeah,
so they look at her as omo colleague so omo go one and
the junior
your senior cannot salute there be untimi no senior officer in the military, senior officer enwale junior officer mu de tikura mu yesi.
So
and no open.
You have to marry a senior officer.
Yes, because and I want that and a senior officer so to me call junior mess and that's the reason. We hearing to me about senior because we a junior officer. And when you hear so you're so a junior. So and also a senior.
Yeah, the rank no.
Yes, the rank and also a senior and also to me kwala anim and wo kwatena
a junior mess or junior mess on
a boy. Wow, that kind of thing. Oh, they be accurate. So in that case, one must step down. In that case, I won't prevent you. I won't prevent you. In that case, one must step down. The junior, who is the junior, will step down. But all of you to be in the uniform and say, now something they can do. So the same thing happened. They say, if a assistant headmaster and your student, say again in your student or what, a different issue altogether.
Okay.
But so far as we're any student, that's where the issue comes in. So you had what you
suspending.
Suspension, you investigating. Well, and at the Bisaka Fa say, we moved the Naba out to.
Me, as someone say, I say when the candy, who's a gun around? I say me about for sentiment.
The
motions. So, as somebody as I say, I didn't say, last week, matters not also for me. It should be by own. And it's, I say, I saw penny for no who son of papa will improve me. The final office, no go yet more. So, sadness say, Ghana Education Service, or more years assessment in normal trade. Teacher need be any weakness. In your mind affecting a ban. Such a person, you don't send that person to classroom. Understand? So, you're clean at the woman, they had Ghana say, or your teacher or your student. I'm say, GSA, almost system, they say, won't mean school ni end that. So, we entering but we yes, you would. Zanka, apparently, our locks are not great baby school. Assembly see no on share uniform. So, I dare my watching in assembly see a crisis uniform, contain uniform. Obutaka to kill a school or could feel on any peninsula. I know the because penny be open, Kuala. Will be open for Obiani the open. You understand? And I mean, mom, dear, me the Bamicase. In some way, nearby, ya na me pese making to my because also your bema. In some a course who sumasino. Se could be a video bar bontia. Dan we are papa of Guinea. Ne video by them, say over 400. Then you have a see with your baby. I said, maybe your baby.
Asabu kasagu mic no. Kasagu mic.
Papa ko no ko say na wa face camera won dem office woni. And owu ye nti owu na me say the phone could in wife for. Say na we say camera so wa ma set on the phone so nti. Say na ba ko no san ba ye no. No I say pin say na dey pin. In some intimacy, and then I read of it to them. Say, Beman, the one you them to care. More than when you're some of your questions, Marry, a bab on tia, when you drew. Media, the Abane say, a school for school when teaching in a day, to them say, Bema sometimes, Papa so the mechanic say, this thing happens. Teacher will be named Colanic. But say, also, my video, the wooden BBC. Nti papa
mood na no ahu na no
be say mood unte nipa we I didn't know me smart o nti say wa dwena yetu I say we smart
any headmaster we dey ni na dwena anye.
Yes, I'm telling you, but why do you allow the lady to get to video you who akra no say video pia wo ni begu ase so me say me fa say me wona me small girl be date na mama me mpa wo twampo picture wo dwa ne ko pie no bi was chale na what I say un say baso pesa I remember say mbibi Kumasi na me share my old friend bi. Nti yana na also o yenka selfie so nti odi ni titu me ko ho na otwa picture no. Odi me phone ni twa yo. Nti also otwa phone na also me fa ma na send ko ni phone so na onya picture no. Send na oji me phone odi picture na ya me DP. Course am nya ndade yo. Na we friend I didn't see. Me see me hu fi. No way for them so me was to me from for call. Until what na? My sister ba ko cash Kabranti picture we wife who on carry na me say picture be. Me ko hear me status Until no me bo say we smart. Man kana me bo bit ma wasem. After man asem eyi do me yin because Ghana study service on dey say onu wo mo mbrem say untimi ni akọ. School gba no say prof in school say we teach no ga ma say teni. No bi ko da na eti wa e be yi wati.
Straight.
Straight. And one lucky, one smart.
Lucky no one.
Yeah, lucky, one smart. Yeah, one smart.
Headmaster.
Yes, why you allowed one smart? Taking.
Yeah. No, different mood more.
There be until what brother what working. What akokra penny try advice mood more man. Dey anesia. What at your bab. What wa ko mood more. Picture so hu say again ni chapter hu ask no hu so fa no picture ni chat. But official
so na adwene won nya picture
official say me girlfriend e trap you say let me say but I don't know because mama dey mama be on pay maybe I know me smart but mama say papa we
Mano last bite na me say last bite near sorry nko
say family that say papa ya say me dey on say Ghana same bia ba say say me truck to me status me Facebook page say we live in a culture bia Bibia ba ye person will be adwin in one particular line. Say net here. Because I was asking a question, say, first of all, have we considered the age of the girl? And then was the girl forced? Papa ne force no na oni ninya bibia na. But who share video na? As a girl nankasa kra na ocha. Yes, owie so na all fig papa no ancestor. Hey, come to you know. I want to make a baby. Now saying just look at because yes, who come at the funu, who come at funu now, who come at dampai, who to a jamofo no, now who to momonesofo. Look at the like the young girls on my back, the character races almost is here, and your mom videos or musho enter the kromose. Have we also looked at that angle? Say Ebane saying, or Ebema. Anything can happen. He should have known. Yes, exactly. When it comes to the ethics of the profession, a teacher for profession now. Ethically, say teacher near. Obidi ne babeba school mu search na de at the end of the day no sebi we na he mu aye ekwan bi a de bia wa na wofa me say that is because ethically it's not good and I can also no so you should have known better can also open kra nanka no make up babesio there be the code of ethics of teachers no it governs their profession. Every profession will be a governor.
Of code of conduct.
And a governor and what's a one student enya bibisa. But Uber you can say yes, and
when you
student
different
school ni they are fine. So what you say? Which but ethically is wrong. But when it comes to the criminal offense, Criminal and Other Offences Act, Act 1960, Act 29, Act 29, yes. There are 13-year criminal procedure. 29 you can't say offenses. Usha section 101, it is very clear. Say akwala say wabro infinsia eduasa is 16 meboa. Edunsia or dunsia dia. Una consensual. Ain't it because I've seen people say so I was here channel. Once in Akrano ebro 16 years, no dear. Those who are calling for the arrest of the man, it will never happen. Because per Ghana Mrana ebo bibisa ho by no, it doesn't permit him to be arrested. But ebo mo ethics, omo professional ethics dia. Eno dear omo koye hwehwemu no omo hwe na se odifo omu dia. Eno de ombe timi take any step say pamon no be pamno say there. But we soon person me a call to the parents. Say yama eni so nko yen kwala ne ho. We should the way maybe the way they dress. Yes, the way they dress, we should be concerned about it and everything. So that at the end of the day, obi are vulnerable. But maybe you are vulnerable. Now, and you'll be on the bed me stand you. Maybe I don't. And you'll be on the bed me stand. And not quite folly.
They said what the school have adopted something on my creative TikTok pages. Almost the SS schools and the teachers and the students.
But of course, you also seek consent.
Yes.
Before the use of word.
It
only depends on when the 18 years.
No. Manuel, Yapon, Anglebo, Yapon, Ebraso. Yapon, yeah, sorry, so, if you're that dear, happy Cassiabo, main sermon, no, any idea, bro. Catch Aquasia bois, I crado. What to moon, I quasi any other fight.
Na Cassiabo no dear pa na ope ho.
No crack no Cassiabo no, I am a power home pa, empty.